Should we do a little sound check or something?
Right. And cool. Sound check.
All right.
Sound is good. And get that going. All right. We're back.
Hey,
one last
how's it
stream for a
going?
while.
Yeah. For a few months. Well, for you and me.
Oh, whoops. Definitely did not place the camera properly.
Oh.
That's okay. Just have to move it again. There we go.
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's finish this game, man.
Not the last stream you do for
Oh,
ever,
God, no.
but for me, it'll be the last one for a few months.
Well, and, Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, Thursday nights. If ever you want to jump in the chat, you are always welcome to.
Absolutely. No, like, in that order.
I'm sure he would want that to be the first step.
Right.
Step number one is always going to be run Spider-Man out of town.
Yes.
Well, and hey, when you are back up here and able to stream again, I'm hoping that I'll have a PC and the more kind of put together setup and the actual mic stands, and we're able to just do maybe when you come back we can start doing like movie streams and stuff like that. Also, hello, X-Core Gamers.
This is the first Spider-Man game, but the remaster of it.
Yeah, it's the 2018 game remastered for the PS5.
Which was remastered just last year. Or earlier this year.
Would have been 2020 actually.
Oh, it was remastered in 2020.
Yep.
Oh,
so Spider-Man Miles Morales was a launch title.
I can't even
for the
believe 2020 was 2 years ago already.
Yeah, well, that's when the PS5 itself came out, right? It's November 2020,
right,
and this came as like a bonus for buying like the Ultimate Edition of Spider-Man Miles Morales.
It's like probably tired to say, but it still feels like 2020, 2021, and 2022 have all been one long year.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong about that, though. We did a little bit of this mission already the last time, but I migrained out.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You just shot your friend? I'm not your guy, buddy.
Bet you're gonna need therapy for that, you motherfucker.
I mean, physical therapy for sure.
Yeah. Well, and shooting his friend in
that
midair.
That too.
Being juggled by
Fuck him
Spider-Man.
up. But hey, X-Core Gamer Skills, happy Saturday. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us. Hope you're having a good day.
Hey, man.
Split up, dude.
Should I tell my Batman dream that I had last night?
Sure, yeah, go for it, man. That's a weird dream.
So it was an episode of Hannibal, like maybe fourth season or something. So,
I do like how much we've talked about Batman on these Spider-Man streams.
Yeah, I know. It's what I'd rather do.
I mean, yeah. Well, at some point, I definitely don't limit us to doing like banner games that we've not played at all, or one of us hasn't played. We can absolutely at some point do some like Batman Arkham streams.
Oh,
or,
that'd be awesome. I mean, if it's good, Gotham Knights would be cool.
Oh yeah, that's supposedly coming out like the holiday season this year, like end of the year maybe. So like, and that's also a 2-player game.
Oh,
right.
Awesome.
So like in theory.
Cool.
Say if you're able to get a PS5 by like the end of this year, maybe.
Is it like split screen multiplayer, or is
it'd be like online?
Well, that would work too, even if I'm living somewhere else. Then.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, if you're able to get a PS5 by the time that game comes out.
Yeah. Hell yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah. Well, okay. So it was like a season 4 episode of Hannibal that I had like a sneak peek.
Where is season 4? God damn it.
It's in my dreams.
Give me your goddamn dreams.
And
put them on a USB drive.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. But in this episode of Hannibal, Will Graham was Batman or whatever, and Hannibal they were looking for some serial killer, of course, and Hannibal told Will that, hey, the killer you're looking for is at the top floor of Wayne Enterprises.
No suspicions about that, where that information came from.
Yeah, even
how do you get that how is this reliable?
Well, like we said earlier, even my dreams use exposition. And then, Will Graham, he goes there as Batman, and when he's Batman, he just kind of looks like Christian Bale's Batman,
right.
but with the gray suit and the yellow symbol.
No beard.
No beard. That's true. That's right. He's got stubble. He's got stubble. Yeah. Batman. Yeah, he's either drawn with stubble or no stubble. Batman. And then, so he gets there, but the twist of the dream is that it's really just Hannibal waiting for him.
Right.
And then Hannibal just starts shanking Batman.
Considering he just told him exactly where to be and what time.
Maybe that explains why he knew everything. Yeah. Actually, my dream actually didn't even have exposition. I mean, in a just feeding the spoon feeding you the plot kind of way. Yeah. That's kind of cool.
I mean, hey man,
my dreams are smarter than I am. My dreams. So, I think I snorted a little bit.
That's okay.
That's never attractive. Anyway, so then
we're about being immature here, not attractive.
So then, Batman's like just bleeding out. He's on the floor. He's like army crawling towards a window. And Billie Eilish's You're a Lost Cause song is playing as he's bleeding out, which honestly, it made for a cinematic moment because it's like this dying man making his way to his like only chance of survival here. And this song telling him that he has no chance. I'm like, that's kind of a cool fucking, I'm going to use that at some point. Anyway, so then Batman, like, crawls out through the window, smashes through it and starts falling all the way.
Oh, shit.
20 stories down. And then, and Hannibal says something like, this is from the SoundCloud from heaven or some shit like that. Because it's a dream, so I don't know what the fuck that means.
Right.
And then, if he survives, then he somehow washes up on a desert beach in Texas. And that was kind of when I woke up, but I just thought,
why not, eh?
Yeah. So, I already told you that dream, but I just thought it was weird and unique enough. I don't know why Hannibal, an episode of Hannibal was also a Batman movie, basically, in my head. But,
I don't either, but you have some interesting dreams sometimes. Yeah. Like, I don't remember most of mine.
Pretty much my happiest dreams now are dreams that include Batman.
I mean, that
in some sense. Yeah. Like I there's like one dream that was kind of sad with Batman and Bane, but everybody was turning into zombies. In a way, I thought of the Deceased comic book that DC puts out before Tom Taylor did. But that dream was a little sad in the sense that everybody I loved was becoming zombies and shit. Yeah, that might have been actually somewhat different dream, but whenever a dream has Batman in it, it's usually one of my the best dreams I have.
I just straight up don't remember them at all.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember all of them, but I feel like I remember more dreams than the average person probably does.
Did that guy just say, I love it when a plan comes together?
Did he really?
Yeah, that random henchman just quoted the A-Team.
Yeah. I love
Maybe we're chasing the A-Team. That'd be a cool Spider-Man story.
That would be pretty. Spider-Man versus the A-Team. That'd be awesome. You saw that, like, 2011 A-Team movie, didn't you?
I actually saw that in theaters.
Weird.
Yeah.
Did you
enjoy
wasn't that
great, no. There is one moment in that movie that actually is like as over the top as you would have wanted, because that's what would have made the whole movie work, as if it was just absolutely ridiculous and crazy.
Yeah.
And the one scene that actually did feel like what I wanted from the whole movie was it's almost like some Fast and Furious shit where their like plane that they're in gets like shot down, but they have like a tank in like the cargo area of the plane. So they all get in the tank and like drive it out the side of the plane, and then they like fly a tank down, and they literally
with parachutes, right? Or something.
No, it's not even parachutes. It's just free falling, and Liam Neeson is on the gun turret, and the rest of them are like giving him like directions for like where to shoot. Yeah. And he's guiding like where the tank is going to land on the ground by like shooting
it. Does sound like a Fast and Furious
of like
movie.
how it shoots to like push using that like force to like push it backwards into like.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that was actually a genuinely great moment in that movie. And I wish that the whole thing had been as crazy as that like one scene. Because outside of that, the rest of the movie is kind of boring.
Yeah.
It's not that, just kind of a generic action movie. But that one sequence where they fly this plane is just so crazy. That's actually fun.
Sounds like the Fast and Furious sequels had some competition there for that.
Yeah, well, shit, that was what, 2011? So
2011, 2010, somewhere in there.
So, like, was Fast 5 the most recent one then at that time? Fast 4?
I'm trying to think of when Fast 5 came in, because I feel like you and I saw Fast and Furious 6 when I was graduating, around when I was graduating high school, or when I was 18, like, so like 2012 or something, you know. So I guess that would have.
Have we only gotten? Well, so from 6. Well, no, so 6, 7, 8, and 9 have all come out since. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tracks. Yeah.
I mean, every couple years or so, you know.
Yeah, those feel like those releases almost feel like they've been like closer together than that to me.
Yeah. The other awesome tangential Batman dream I had was when I was hanging out with Christian Bale, and somebody's like, we were like all hanging out in a party in a basement the whole time, and me and Christian Bale were just watching people play video games, like, you know.
So you were watching a stream?
Yeah. Me and Christian Bale were watching a Twitch stream.
Project Olympus, huh?
And in a very platonic way, Christian Bale gave me his phone number. By the end of the dream, you know, like call him, say, hey, we should hang out again. Yeah, and so I was like, you know, I was thinking like, oh shit, if only I could remember every digit of that phone number he wrote on that napkin.
Can you imagine waking up and then dialing a phone number you got in a dream
and calling Christian Bale?
Like, who the hell is this? Just some random person.
Right, probably it won't be a random person. But, like, I would believe in God or something, or divine providence. If it was Christian Bale, that would prove it for me.
Good for you! Where'd you get this number?
He just always sounds like that. Like that Terminator Salvation audio leak. That's
hilarious. I wouldn't say it's a waste. The pie is nourishing me.
The pie is nourishing.
Do you remember the Family Guy took that audio and then that was the
fun.
Character like responding to him.
That was funny. Yeah. One of the funnier things I remember Family Guy last doing.
I'm generally not a big fan of Family Guy, but like every once in a while I'll hear a clip or something that I'm like, all right, that was like a good moment at least.
Weirdly enough, I liked Family Guy when it was more grounded in its comedy. You know, like less
those
first cutaways.
Like 2 seasons
were awesome. Yeah.
Well, and even then, like they used the cutaways.
They did, but I don't feel like they did them as much. Yeah,
it was less frequent and
like. Each episode in the early seasons of Family Guy still had a plot that...
Cat off the table. No.
In the way that a Simpsons episode does.
Having a plot goes a long way.
Yeah. where the plot itself was funny, too.
Right. Like, there was actually some narrative at work.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind the cutaways if they're used like sparingly, like you know, like what was it was like season 1 or 2. There was an episode where like, and it was a recurring cutaway too, so it also was like it had almost its own little mini narrative inside the cutaway that it kept going back to.
Right.
It was there was Kiss Saves Christmas. It was like a holiday, it was like the Kiss band had to save Santa from like dinosaurs or something.
See, that's awesome. And well, what I also like about that is that's not like 1000% topical, and like every Family Guy episode today is going to be commenting about Gen Z or some shit. It's always going to be very current events.
Right.
Whereas those early seasons, they just had plots that didn't necessarily associate with anything going on. you know, just a story. That's how you achieve a timeless quality, is you.
Oh, absolutely. That's why Evil Dead holds up, man. He's got those blue jeans and the work smock. You know, like that. Those clothes don't age.
Well, and that's why most movies, most television and a lot of movies are annoying today, is because they try to be so relevant or whatever today by including today's issues or whatever. And it's just like, you know...
Or even just referencing, like, Twitter too many times. Just referencing things, like, even if it's not about, like, events, just like technology.
Right. I mean, it's like you said one time.
It's like Laserdiscs, right, a ton. That movie's gonna have aged and dated itself like fucking crazy.
Right, for sure. But it's like you said one time, it's like you prefer just when a movie doesn't even have cell phones in them. It just has like either like regular, or they don't make a big deal out of there being cell phones.
Right.
And
like,
it's just,
maybe you see one, but like...
Yeah, it's just like, don't try to make it so about how amazing fucking today is, because it's not.
Well, that's definitely true. I mean, we've done that. We've done that.
That looks like
also,
such
the cat is so
depressing image. What's that?
The cat is super like in tune and watching.
Yeah, she is.
She does. They all three of them. Some every once in a while will like just sit and watch the TV.
I wish we could almost have a camera filming the cat watching the screen. You know, so that was kind of like our. It's like the cat doing a Twitch stream almost.
I mean, I have thought about...
Wait, that's a good idea. You could, like, tape two of your cats to a spot right there. So
tape them down so they can't move?
Yeah, so they kind of can't move.
I bet they'd love that.
And then we'll kind of be their voices, the two cats talking to each other.
Yeah.
We'll play your cats, and then, you know...
Right. Yeah.
I think that's an idea right there.
No, yeah. Well, I mean, man, like I could
just hold the cats, whatever. You know.
I mean, I feel like if they went to sleep, I could just set up a camera in front of them, turn on the live stream, walk away, leave it on all day while I'm at work, and more people would probably watch that than this. So. Also, this is what.
Well, that's
what Yuri did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, very much so.
This is what she did.
Oh, shit.
To this fucking monster hideout.
Motherfucker.
So, when I talked about how she, in the comics, became a supervillain herself, right?
Dude, but I think we're on something with that cat idea. I mean, you're onto something. I mean, that is the kind of gimmick that actually makes people pay attention, is when you have two cats.
Yeah, it's just two cats.
Twitch streaming. And then, you know, we are their voices. I think that kind of thing would do a lot, honestly.
Probably. Probably. I've also been just toying with the idea of, you know, the Twitch account is named Red Wing 832, and that's because it was connected to the PlayStation Network account, right? And it's just my gamer tag,
right?
But I have been just because I can change it. I have been just thinking like maybe I should just change the Twitch account name to Rated M for Immaturity. It's the name of the YouTube channel. It's the name of the Twitter. Yeah. Right. I don't know. It's the name of the show.
Yeah. Right.
Double Toasted's Twitch page is just Double Toasted. It's not Corey's, you know, PlayStation.
Right.
So I feel like I probably should. We just started. We're going to be going for several hours, Ulysses.
Yeah, we're going to finish this DLC stuff. So.
Yeah, so this is the second of 3 DLCs, and we're only probably halfway through this DLC. So we got all of this, and then a whole third one.
So feel free to head over and talk about some cannibalism.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to eat people on the stream, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Sick, I'm going to get somebody, then I'll be on my way.
Awesome. We'll see you then, Ulysses.
Something. Sure, that's what you meant. I believe you.
Very subtle correction.
Also, we made it up to 211 followers now. just throwing that out there.
Oh no, that's awesome. It's just
more people for him to
eat. When you said 211, I was like, is that like a subpar version of like 9/11 or like what?
Oh, there was that was one of the weaker Nicolas Cage movies. That 211. He was like a cop, and
I do not remember that.
We watched it with Ulysses actually.
Oh wow!
I mean,
I'm amazed. I've remembered like every other Nicolas Cage movie we watched, but that one that does not ring a bell.
I think the character his name.
It wasn't one of the better ones.
No, it was pretty bad.
Probably
it was all very unmemorable.
Okay.
Comedy.
I've been rewatching a lot of Nathan For You from Comedy
that show's
Central.
so funny.
Since I still have the Paramount Plus app, that's on there, Nathan For You.
Oh, nice.
So that's actually something worth watching if people
Yeah, that's
haven't
a
seen
great
that
show.
and they have the Paramount Plus app and they're wondering like, what the hell do I do with it?
When he's the fat people to ride horses.
Oh, that's maybe the best. Yeah, a drone flying a scarecrow over him and shit. So
To keep the
it's like the
birds
most
from popping
ridiculous
the balloons.
visual. And
Man.
I love when he's like trolls those two girls and he walks over and they're just laughing about the shit. And he walks over and he's like, if I so much as see a smirk out of either of you ever again, your ride is over.
It's funny too because Nathan Fielder he's a much less well-known comedian, right?
Yeah.
Overall, so like. But sometimes you'll totally see him pop up randomly in a thing, like because I've been rewatching The League.
Yeah.
And there's an episode right where it's like supposed to be the backstory of Rafi and Dirty Randy.
Yeah.
And the backstory right is that Seth Rogen right is Dirty Randy. He's like
I forgot Seth Rogen was in The League. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's Dirty Randy. And he's in this flashback he's Clean Randall.
Clean. His name is Clean Randall.
Yeah, no, they like straight up say that even. And he is like a partially like it's like a building like partially in construction.
Yeah.
And the origin story right is that he knocks his like business partner off the building on accident and kills him. And at the same time Rafi is walking by with his wife and kids and his wife and kids die by getting crushed by that guy that falls. And Nathan Fielder for like 4 seconds is the business partner that Seth Rogen has.
Oh, okay.
In that one, he's got like 5 seconds of screen time.
You know, I vaguely remember that kind of. Yeah.
Well, that's an episode I don't think you've seen.
Oh, okay. I swear, like the idea of him standing next to Seth Rogen, I feel like I can picture.
Maybe you
that.
saw that one like on Border, maybe or something.
But the episode I watched last night was when he gets that guy to change his name to Mike Richards or Michael Richards to come into the restaurant and make it seem like Kramer is. He has to keep saying, remember, you're not Kramer, you're Michael Richards.
Right.
Because it's hilarious when he comes in, the impersonator, and he's like even more clumsy than fucking Kramer was, but he's just constantly knocking, like he knocks.
Also the screen killer.
Yeah,
Kramer should have been the screen killer and been one of those.
That's been hilarious. But there's only like 3 like objects in this like fake room that's supposed to be the diner that he'll be walking into for real, but he knocks fucking all of that shit over. And it's just like I have to imagine that his idea with Kramer is that he was just gonna knock over everything in the diner to sell that he was Michael Richards. But then I just love when the guy that he gets to change his name to Michael Richards, he finds out that he was like arrested for like grand robbery or something like that at some point, and then he's like doesn't trust him with the money he's going to put into that guy's account. So Nathan's like, would you mind for the next 24 hours just being handcuffed to me or whatever, and then they have to like hold hands to make it look like they're not handcuffed, so they walk into the bank holding hands, and when he puts the money into his account, like it's fucking awesome.
God, that show. God, it's funny. I love
Gino and Giordano's.
I'm gonna get me the Giordano's.
Show starts at 9.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna bring up the episode where because there were like 2 or 3 times where he like made like actually made international news. And one of them,
Dumb Starbucks. One of them.
But then there's also the one I was thinking of, which the movement was the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
He fucking pays that guy to like lie and say, "Oh, I've never been to a gym ever." The dude's like a fucking bodybuilder.
Right.
Like, I just lift household items, and
it's just such a
my best friend was Steve Jobs.
Right. That was
and
it's such a
did
hilarious
charity for jungle children.
Such a great like fucking mockery of just like what they really do with like.
I mean, because it's not that similar.
Trends they're trying.
Yeah, because it's genuinely so similar to how those actually work. Oh, so now we gotta actually just take it out.
It's my rent page. That's funny. Yeah, but you brought up Ghostface a second ago. That was another Scream 5 idea I had about how to improve that movie.
Oh, yeah?
Well, or just something about what feels not great about it is that, you know, who the killers are revealed to be or whatever in that movie.
It felt too obvious, too.
Well, it's a little obvious, but also what I thought about was it's kind of cool, and I don't know if all the other Scream movies quite do this anyways, but it would be kind of cool if that movie's Ghostface in some way kind of lines up with the personalities of the people that it's revealed to be.
Sure.
And I just thought about how, since, especially in Scream 5, since Ghostface is just that little bit more brutal with his kills, and like he really just like relishes and kind of ferocious in his murder.
Yeah.
It just seems like the people that, or person or people that get revealed to be Ghostface should have a personality that's kind of in line with like, with how kind of this person is. I see why, because like in a way, you know, having Matthew Lillard and you know, Skeet Ulrich and stuff be Ghostface in the first movie,
it should have been Matthew Lillard. They should have should have used the deleted plot for what 3 was going to be. That's what they
sure.
If you know what, if that's what 6 it turns out to be, then I'm like all for it.
But my point was just going to be like, since they're such goofy guys anyways in that first movie, it kind of explains why Ghostface is so kind of klutzy and clumsy and makes all trips and makes all these little mistakes because he's like this goofy, crazy Looney Tunes person.
Yeah, well, especially Matthew Lillard's character, right?
Like,
Skeet Ulrich is like of the two of them, like Skeet Ulrich, I mean, he gets a little more of a motivation.
Yeah, Skeet Ulrich does become a bit more of an alpha sociopath in his real personality. But Matthew Lillard especially.
Miles is at the hospital. The fuck did you do? Miles?
I'm coming to get you.
No, I'm coming to beat the fuck out of you for being such a dumbass.
Miles, you can't be doing stuff like that.
You can't be this retarded and live.
To be fair, in some ways, it's also Peter's fault because he's like,
no,
do it later.
He keeps putting it off. Yeah. But. Yeah, so in a way, that is a little bit of an inconsistency in all the Scream movies, that all the ghost faces are kind of this klutz when they're running around and they run into shit. Like, it does make sense with those two. And in a way, I also think that's, in the first movie especially, that's Wes Craven also doing just his style of horror a little bit like he did with Freddy Krueger, because Freddy Krueger was also clumsy and would just fall over.
Give me that pillow.
Yeah.
It'll make me look just less white on the screen.
You're very white, dude.
Yeah,
You'll never be able to change that.
Well, I mean, like, I could just like a little bit.
No.
Well, it's not shining anymore.
But I'm just saying, like,
it was Hammerhead's fucking putting all of the other, like every other dawn of every other mob in like a giant fucking pit with like and filling it up with cement.
Damn, some Red Hood shit right there.
Tonight, the good old days are coming back.
They also all mad look like Scarecrow from Batman Begins.
Right. Well, they got the bags on their heads.
Yeah. So, yeah, in a way, I think that's just kind of a Wes Craven thing, the killer kind of falling over. And I think to add a little realism and a little humor to it, in a way. Especially, with Freddy Krueger, it's a little weird that Freddy Krueger is this omnipotent dream god.
Right.
That falls down a lot. But with Ghostface being a real person, it kind of added to the sense that, like, oh, he is very much of this world.
Yeah, he's totally just a dude.
Yeah. And, but it doesn't mean every Ghostface had to be like that. Especially the guy who was revealed to be in like Scream 3, because he was he had this very calm, collected, mastermind plot going on. So it seems like that kind of guy being Ghostface, his Ghostface would be a little more careful and stuff, and his movements and whatever. Yeah. And it just seems like whoever the killer should have been in Scream 5, because I feel like it shouldn't have been those two people, because in a way it just doesn't line up with the Ghostface of that movie.
Yeah, that's true.
You know? It's like, maybe one of them could be more of a silly teenager type character, like they usually are in the movies. But then the other one could have been like that guy who they say is like a nephew of Stu, of Matthew Lillard's character.
Oh yeah.
In Scream 5, he was like the guy that played Wally West in Smallville too. And
shit, I don't remember that.
But he's playing but in the Scream 5, he's playing this rough bar fighter kind of personality. Barroom brawler kind of guy, and it's just it almost needed someone one of the other Ghostface accomplices almost should have been someone like that, who's just even a bit more jacked, or someone who's just a bit more just fucking vicious or brutal of a character, to line up with who Ghostface is gonna be.
Right. Well, yeah, just you wanted to make physical sense, right? That this person is physically capable of these things, and I think,
especially with at least a reveal in the movie.
I was gonna say that one particular kill,
and
then the killer that it had to have been in that scene. I don't know that. That character would have been physically capable of even doing that.
Yes, I mean, often on occasion I'm able to forgive little weird plot holes like that or something, if you could say it's they've got crazy strength or whatever. I know that's a kind of easy out.
I mean, I'm willing to go with that.
Somebody's just so crazy and they're just so willing to fight with abandon, whatever, that they're just that vicious. But they've already done that with so many characters in the Scream movies. This person is just fucking nuts. Right. It gets a little tired. At least the one thing I'll say, like I said, I think since the first movie, so here are the best Ghostface killers in my mind. Billy Loomis, the cousin of hers in Scream 4.
Yeah, I thought that was great.
And honestly, just personality-wise, because they're so different, the guy in Scream 3, even though it's very contrived, plot bullshit, we just had to make up a person from a past so that they could exist.
Right.
The idea that they are this kind of collected, I've been plotting this for years, kind of personality. They're all very different in that way, and even the real Ghostface killer in Scream 4, it did seem like she put a lot of thought into it, and was more methodic.
Guess I can add cement proof to my wedding's list of features.
And there's an element of repeating Billy Loomis, and that's kind of what they have to stop doing in these movies. Is stop, It worked in Scream 4 well enough.
Columbine was a while ago, man. Bring back, do the fucking Columbine shit.
Columbine was a while ago, man. Saying that out of context.
This is a quote. Columbine was a while ago, man.
sounds like veterans talking about Vietnam or something. It was fucking Nam was a while ago.
Well, that could even be a great line of dialogue to give Matthew Lillard in, if they actually brought that plot back and did it now. He could be like,
Matthew Lillard.
That seems like a silly thing that character would even say. He's like, hey man, Columbine was a while ago. We got to remind people.
I think Lillard even be more up to a turn to 11.
He's like,
that looked like Colin Farrell's Penguin in a mech suit.
Well, he does have a mech suit.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, it's Hammerhead.
But kind of close up. It doesn't it look a little bit like Colin Farrell's Penguin makeup?
Less, not quite as fat in the face.
Right.
A little more muscular.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, there is a little bit of that.
I'm just a guy who knows a thing or two about PR.
I'm an Italian in a mech suit. What do you want from me?
Italian in a mech suit, huh? Right?
It'd be awesome if you just shot like DiGiorno pizzas out of like
a bunch of pizzas coming out of it. Yeah, that'd be great.
I'm gonna give you the dough.
And Hammerhead, this is a hard fight.
Yeah, I have to say, Hammerhead being in an Iron Man type suit seems a little out of character for him. But
It's a little weird. It's a little weird.
But hey, I mean, it works for the boss fight and everything.
Ah, Jesus.
And where is this like Silver Sable technology again?
Yeah, this is all the Sable technology left over from the occupation.
Yeah.
Hammerhead's basically using to take over and cut out all the other mobsters out of there.
Yeah, it looks very much like that exosuit that Shriek, the Batman Beyond villain, wears. You know, the
definitely.
white, black.
Yeah,
which is an
100%.
awesome villain, by the way, Shriek.
I fucking love Batman Beyond, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
I still think that the next step in the Batman Arkham games should have been Batman Arkham Beyond.
That would have been dope.
I
Just go
fucking
straight
wish.
up to McGinnis.
I wish.
Yeah.
I fucking
Yeah.
wish.
I think it would work, especially since they never bring Damian Wayne into the Arkham games.
No.
And Damian is like the one little piece of Batman
It makes
mythos.
Terry harder to work.
Yeah, it just makes it make a little less sense to me.
Well, there was a cool, wasn't there kind of a cool idea in one Batman Beyond comic where Damian had truly become like the
He became the next
Ra's
Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was, I mean, you know, I guess,
Yeah.
I don't know, that's the most interesting place for Damian to go as a character arc, but
Right.
like, if you're going to do something with him in that timeline.
in order for Bruce to grow so old and retired that he has no family left, all he's got is a
Right.
dog left, I think you do have to take Damian out of the picture.
Either kill him or
Yeah.
maybe, or have him be Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, because otherwise, where I think, you know, I've talked about this with you before, but I think the best place for Damian's character to go is for him to evolve out of the superhero life, and he just takes on the Wayne identity full on.
Oh, sure.
And becomes
he runs the company.
He runs, and
that'd be interesting.
He's just what people perceive Bruce Wayne to be, but he gets to grow up and actually become that because he grew up programmed as like a child assassin.
Right.
So think about
The character arc of him being the one
The
to
most
just
normal.
get out of. I like
Yeah.
that a lot, actually.
Yeah, it would be such a triumph of spirit, you know, of morality for the character
Oh yeah,
to become that.
that's cool. I like that idea a lot.
Yeah, like again, in my head canon of Batman, which I made a list of, which I I can read it from sometimes. But yeah, in my head canon, fucking Tim Drake, I think it makes the most sense to become like the second longest reigning Batman after Bruce Wayne.
You think after Terry takes over from Tim almost?
Well, they did that a little bit when, and that's a little weird to me too, just because I'm so used to it being Bruce and Terry. But when they first brought Batman Beyond into the comics, well, at first I think they did a fuck up in like just in the printing of the issue, where instead of revealing that it was Terry McGinnis who was wearing the Batman Beyond suit, they said Tim Drake.
Yeah, that's a little.
But I
weird.
think that was just a printing mistake.
Oh,
And-
okay.
And then what I think it turned out to be was that it was Tim Drake kind of training Terry in the way that Bruce does in the cartoon.
Sure.
And then, but that element feels a little, no. So in my head canon, Terry makes the most sense within the animated universe.
Right. Well, that's
because-
also a world with no Jason Todd too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like, and yeah. So in my, I guess, like, what would be main canon for me if I was handling all the Batman
shit,
comics
God
for
damn
the
it.
rest of time in DC, then
Fuck. Get out of here.
then I wouldn't have Terry myself.
Not leaving the mission. I'm just trying to get a breather.
Unless I was able to get decently creative with the timeline,
right?
Through some time travel shit or something, you know.
No, I agree. I mean, it's hard to work. It's hard to work everything into one timeline.
Yeah, right. Like, you know, I've told you, I mean, an original Batman story idea I've had you about before, I've told you, where the idea that when Bruce Wayne got kind of vaporized by the Omega Sanction, Darkseid's Omega Sanction, and it appeared like he died for the first time in continuity.
Right.
And Batman gets sent hurtling through time, really.
It's funny because that's exactly what happened to Captain America.
Yeah, right.
Right about at the same time after he got shot by Kingpin's assassin.
Well, that's DC and Marvel's little dance. But you know, but then I had my whole own take on that story where Bruce gets sent hurtling into the future where Tim's been Batman for that long, and it's after, so it's like 20 years in the future. Fucking Tim has just died as Batman, and Bruce arrives in that time period.
Oh, shit.
Basically, that's cool.
Oh yeah, she's just supposed to straight up murder him and not even arrest him.
Damn.
the cops behind us like, this is bad. We're not going to do anything about it, but it's bad.
Last time we met, you said something about fear. How do you...
He's like, yeah, but that was only supposed to apply to you.
Right. He doesn't give a shit.
He doesn't.
He's got the plate in his head, though.
Right.
Almost looks like a Terminator.
Yeah,
When she just straight up blows
His
part of the
skull.
skin off. Yeah.
She's like, well, I still want to kill him.
Yeah, she's like, that's not going to stop me. Not long term.
Yeah.
Well, that was the end of the second one.
All right. Hell yeah. We're blown
got
through.
one more?
No. Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Well, then if we do finish the third one too in a relatively short amount of time, we do have like the Tombstone side mission from the main game we never finished, and that actually has a little bit of real story, so we could go back and do that too.
Okay, cool.
Well, there are ways for us to add a little time to the stream for sure.
Especially give Ulysses a chance to
Right.
in. You know.
Exactly.
I feel bad for the captain, but I'm glad this one's just dead.
I hope they didn't leave him in the exosuit.
They did. They did leave him in the exosuit.
That was genius.
Well, I think it's like grafted onto his body. Hey,
for
No
real?
Name, how you doing?
Oh, hey.
What's up, No Name?
Was he actually dead, or did they do some kind of thing from Dark Knight Returns where they made it seem like his heart stopped, or whatever?
I think his heart actually stopped, and he just actually shocked him awake.
Isn't there a point in which immediate resuscitation needs to be done in order to...
You don't know how much time passed. Plus, it was a laser gun to the face. Who knows what the logistics of that are?
Who knows? And having a metal plate in your skull. Yeah, that's true.
How you doing?
There's a lot of variables.
There's a lot of variables. Now, how you doing?
It's been a long time since Columbine.
It's been a long time since Columbine, man.
God, that part just sounds awful. I hope you aren't offended by that. No. So.
But and then Mike, I don't know. I'm trying to remember if I think I told you about that. But Tim and No Name have been doing a stream now.
Yeah.
Without
right.
me even. So now there is a more kind of multiplayer focused stream.
Yeah. Yeah, you told me about that last time.
Not in Comic Worlds. Yeah, that's true. But that's been going pretty well. I pop in here and there, but yeah.
Cool.
But I also was reading and learning that it sounded like three streams of about 2 to 3 hours a week is kind of the ideal amount of time to stream.
Really?
Because if you do it too much more than that on a regular basis, it gives people this idea that, like, well, they're on all the time. I could catch them later.
Oh, sure.
Let me go watch
Right.
this other streamer who is on less.
That makes sense.
And then if you do it a lot less than that, then, you know, it's
Right.
like you're not on
Not as
enough.
much of a chance of being seen.
Yeah.
After almost killing Majiadan Hammerhead, Captain Yuri Watanabe was forced into administrative leave. Sources say she told the chief, "This won't stop me." Note. Follow up on this.
So she also threw in her badge, isn't a cop anymore, and also just tried to murder someone's. I think that's kind of all. That's where we stop in this game.
Cool.
But I do think in the sequel, that could be very much her being Strife is like a potential story arc for sure.
Project Olympus. They're not going to fight Maxi Zeus. Or...
No, that's just what that
project
next
is called,
thing was.
right. Oh, I see.
People into indestructible super soldiers. Hammerhead is ruthless and insane. And now
Ain't that the truth?
So the rest of his body is now.
Motive equals question mark.
Next time we'll get more into the story and puzzly bits about Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh yeah, there's so the Sea of
Pirates
Thieves.
of the Caribbean.
The Sea of Thieves is the game that they're playing.
Oh,
and
that's right.
And
Yeah,
they
Sea of
actually
Thieves,
put out like an actual Pirates of the Caribbean like story expansion.
Oh, no
where
kidding.
Jack Sparrow like gets dropped through a portal into the universe of the game.
Jack Sparrow's like, man, I'm drunk now.
Right.
I mean, not like me and you, but
Are Hammerhead's motives really that hard to figure out? Isn't it money?
No,
money
he
and...
wants money and power.
Yeah.
He probably wants to fuck a decent amount. I feel like that's about as far as Hammerhead goes.
Yeah.
He's a simple guy.
That's a very universal humanistic goal, you know.
Yeah, he's relatable.
Yeah. But I was gonna say maybe in that headcanon story of mine in which Bruce does just kind of get dropped into a future and Tim Drake has just died as Batman and Batman goes on this long campaign of revenge against the Thanagarian Empire.
Yes.
And once he's beaten them and now Bruce is an older man, well, he was already like in his 40s in my headcanon, you know,
right.
Near 50, when he disappeared and fought Darkseid. Then when he's back, he is a bit of an older man, and now that Terry's gone, maybe that opens room up for there to be a Terry McGinnis.
Right.
In that kind of headcanon of mine.
Right.
No, that could work.
I can see that.
Yeah. But I don't see, since Bruce just got back and just took up the mask of Batman, I don't see him... Bruce is going to hold on to Batman as long as his age will allow him to.
Right. Well, what if, like... Man, what if he like became, you know, and he gets brought back as younger, right, in that story, and then he lives out another like life cycle of being Batman, and then no one else is alive, right?
That's
Tim
true.
and Dick and Barbara really have all died of old age.
Or Dick and Barbara are so on their own that it's like they're pretty
But
much
by the time
removed.
Bruce, after having been brought back to life but younger,
and they're older already.
and they're older already when that
that's
happens,
true.
and then he lives out an entire another life cycle of being Batman, and then by the time he's too
now
old again,
he's
then
like with
everyone
age
really
of
is
Batman
dead.
Beyond. Yeah, that works. That
and
actually
then
works.
you do Terry.
Yeah, that would work.
Jack Sparrow stole some mystical world-hopping treasure and is trying to get back to his own universe. Okay, yeah, that's a pretty solid setup.
Yeah, sounds better than a pirate sequel would be.
Yeah. Well, and No Name, I don't know that this will be like a consistent thing, but since Michael won't be here to stream for a while, he is gonna pop in sometimes, maybe not all the time, in
when I can.
chat, and maybe work as like a mod and stuff. So sometimes maybe even on your guys' streams.
Yeah. I'd be happy
when
to
you
do
have
that.
time, obviously.
I'd be happy to do that
for it. So, oh yeah, now there's an even heavier type of fucking
artillery
that guy enemy.
Oh,
because they've got
just a heavier guy now.
Well, because now they've got the chain gun and there's a big dude and they've got the fucking mech suit. And so now these guys are even more obnoxious to try and take out.
When you amass that much girth, you become invincible.
Yeah.
You know.
Like Kingpin.
Yeah. Or that chode for a nose that
chode for a nose.
That was one of my favorite things that I don't know, it wasn't No Name that said that last stream, but was it Irish Callie? I can't remember who we were
Somebody
talking to.
was talking about chodes.
Yeah, well, they were talking about how fucking Matthew Murdock. Charlie Cox's Matthew Murdock has a very girthy nose, and I was like, yeah, he's got a chode for a nose.
I think that was Afternoon too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just rude.
Also, just these like regular mafia guys now have like fucking mech suits and jetpacks and shit.
Yeah.
Like, this is the mafia.
Yeah. The jet suit mafia.
The jet suit mafia.
Have you seen the up to like even the 4th episode of Peacemaker?
I still only watched the 2. I really need to. I need to get on that.
Oh, that's fine. Well, it's funny. The 4th episode is titled "The Chode Less Traveled."
I did see the title. Yeah, that's hilarious.
And well, just there are some awesome vigilante character moments I want to talk to you about.
I will watch it as soon as.
But seriously, like the more you get into it,
probably this weekend even.
It's like I said before, it's very in line with like what those Scottish comic book writers kind of write like again like or like Mark Millar with fucking Kick-Ass, and especially like a Garth Ennis comic book.
Oh yeah,
Peacemaker definitely is honestly even maybe a little more than Preacher. Is maybe the closest thing I've seen in tone to the wackiness of a like consistent wackiness and the brutality and the weirdness and
it's not Garth Ennis, but Happy for Grant Morrison.
Well, Happy would be
that's Grant Morrison, but so I mean
that's one of like when Grant Morrison gets a little wackier, then that's very true to him. Yeah, but as far as just like generally what Garth Ennis writes like, I'm like Peacemaker is just kind of that tone, in real life or live action, but damn, that's the Mafia too.
That actually is Silver Sable.
Oh, that's Silver Sable. Okay.
Yeah, so that's her having come back after hearing about how her technology is being like used by all these mobsters and shit.
Dare these pizza making fucks. Gonna blast your face off.
And then I started blasting.
Long time no see.
Who do you work for?
I like that his mouth is open.
Whoa! Can't we like go grab a coffee and catch up like normal people? By the way,
damn wackier than Preacher. I got to start that show.
Yeah. I mean, like more like Preacher. I felt like had its serious moment, like a stretch of like we're doing drama right now. They would have
Preacher
that.
would do that a lot. Yeah. What's funny is Preacher could be. It did take itself seriously at times.
Yeah. Whereas Peacemaker, it's more and like Garth Ennis stuff. There are moments of seriousness, but otherwise I feel like the tone of Garth Ennis is generally more consistent, wacky violence,
Yeah. Well, like, dude, I mean, let me tell you about one of the craziest Garth Ennis stories I've ever read, which is an issue of Hellblazer. A story arc in Hellblazer that he wrote, where this like mobster that you never see him. And everybody's talking about how like crazy and dangerous he is, right?
Yeah.
So like you never see him, and he's being like hidden away. And what you find out is that his kid, or a kid, or something like it's maybe it's not his kid, but it's like some weird child who's been like possessed by a fucking crazy demon, right?
Yeah.
And this, you're gonna know this is Garth. I mean, if I didn't tell you this was Garth Ennis, you'd know this was Garth Ennis just based on the description.
Yeah.
But they basically find out that this kid has been like possessed by like a fucking demon, like he's like the Antichrist basically.
Yeah.
And this kid has been like cutting like holes in this guy, like been like keeping him like chained up and then like fucking the wounds and like impregnating his like open sores.
Jesus Christ.
And so then
when you told me that, I would have known it was good.
Yeah, no, and then this like big fat mobster like comes like bursting out of like a room, and he's got like pregnant bellies like all over his body. He starts like giving birth in like all these different places.
Fuck?
Yeah, that's some Garth Ennis shit for you.
See, I'm glad that my mind and Garth Ennis's mind work somewhat similar sometimes when I think of like the big dick and vagina monster that we're gonna have in the comics at some point.
Yeah.
It's just like yeah, I'm just glad to know that Garth Ennis equally thinks about fucked up, disturbing shit like that. And to him, it's just entertainment.
Right. I mean, yeah. We're people are definitely going to lump us in with Garth Ennis.
I hope so. I mean, that'd be great company to be lumped in with.
In, out. I wish I knew. But if we stop punching each other, maybe we can work together. Together? Never. What did I do wrong here? Wait, have you been listening to Jameson's podcast?
Jameson's podcast. Now that seems like such a fucking 21st century thing to say, but at the same time, it's still funny.
Right. I mean, there's a way to do it, right?
Yeah.
Stealing your stuff. Then you are failing. Badly. Oh, that hurts. You're not wrong.
Basically, like, asking, like, have you listened to the fucking Alex Jones podcast lately?
Oh, I mean, it's exactly the same thing, because...
Obviously.
And I do not trust you. You will stay out of my way or suffer the consequences.
Stay out of your way while you do what?
While I find and kill Hammerhead.
Good luck with that. He doesn't die so easily.
I really feel like Silver Sable should be taking more damage as just a human being than she seems to be.
Oh, she's like I mean, she's like, shit, maybe harder than the Hammerhead boss.
Yeah, right. It's like you're smashing her directly in the human head with, like, fucking steel, you know?
Yeah, she's a tough one.
Yeah.
I mean, she's kicking my ass. Like,
Yeah. Female power, you know?
she's fucking, yeah, like one kick from her and it, like, takes down most of my health.
God damn.
I can take her down.
I think I heard the door downstairs open. I don't know if maybe Ulysses is coming or not.
Oh, that's him.
Yeah. Wonder
you mind
if the
opening the door for him?
Yep, just a minute.
There we go. Whew. All right. Ulysses, what is up?
Stand up. How old are you, Michael?
Then here,
28.
Ulysses will have you sit in the middle, so Michael can keep the headset on.
Shit, I mean, he can sit in the middle, right? Oh, that's right.
Well, just so that
Yeah.
he can hear the game audio
Yeah,
and then
You're
the
in the
mic picks
spotlight
up
now.
on.
You're gonna take my shit off.
Yeah, you're fine, dude.
Dump my shit all over the floor.
Oh, gross, man.
I hope you
Dude, why are you shitting on my floor?
Well, I mean, I hope you just cleaned it, because I only like to put my shit on my clean surfaces.
Ulysses, do you think it would increase viewership, or, like, just as a gimmick, it could help the stream to, like, have two of Sage's cats kind of, like,
On camera?
tape them so they can't
Yeah,
move?
he wants to take me down.
but make it look like they're, because one of them was just watching the screen. I thought about how cute that is and how people love watching cats watch stuff.
So the cat was taped down, so it could literally do nothing but watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we make it look like the cats are doing the Twitch stream, and we film from behind the back of the cats' heads, and then we talk as the cats.
That's a good idea. I think the cats are going to be kind of nasty and but, you know, I like it.
Maybe there's a more comfortable option than tape, but, you know,
Like Velcro?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you have to have faith. He knows what the cat's like.
Yeah. How do you know what cats like?
What cats like?
Yeah.
I know they don't like being taped down.
Well, we're trying to talk about more convenient, comfortable options for the cats.
What if we use like a vice clamp?
Vice? Yeah.
A vice clamp? I don't think they like that either.
Okay.
I feel like unless you turn it so tight it'll kill them, I feel like they could get out of it too.
Sage, you're really eliminating our options here.
I mean, I think the options
Well, that's
just
super
are
glue.
limited.
Super glue. Yeah.
Honestly, Ulysses walking into a house and throwing little shit on the floor isn't the most surprising thing we've learned about him on this stream.
Oh, fuck.
See, it hurt for when you stood up, too.
I mean, it always hurts when I stand up.
Yeah.
Standing up is not
Hard.
It's the worst.
It's like this garbage.
We know
honestly.
we need those Wally machines.
Cat host is an A+ idea.
Thank you.
Ugh, this
Oh, dude.
bitch. I fucking hate this
You fucking love this character, dude. What are you talking about?
She's such a bitch.
What has she done that makes her such a bitch, dude?
Just her existence.
Dude, she's trying to hit 50 million followers just like you. She's
I
living.
mean, I'm not trying to hit 50 million.
She's trying to live the American stream right here, dude.
I'd love if we could get between 70 and 80 average viewers.
Sure.
I think would be an opt, because we can that'd still be a few enough that we can kind of talk to everybody.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be so many that the chat would go so fast because that's one thing about the streamers that are uber popular that I wouldn't actually want to be that level of streamer because I feel like there's so many people and there's so much the chat's just going and going Dave and Double Toasted's you can't because they're just doing a show with each other and they don't really
you'd have an aneurysm from the amount of stimuli.
you just can't keep up with it.
Exactly.
You couldn't be talking to everybody. Live the American stream fucking killed me.
I'm sorry, but in the bathroom I heard that you were trying to hit hit some bitch or something
What?
Yeah, Sage was trying to be the most misogynistic thing I've ever.
I heard him talking about how he's gonna hit up bitches, and I'm like,
you need to get those dicks out of your ears.
I was gonna say you need to get those dicks out of your mouth. No, that's one bitch that Sage hates in the game. She was saying that
it's like a social media.
She said she was trying to hit 50 million followers.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, Sage, aren't you trying to do the same exact thing? She's just
she's just you.
Yeah, she's trying to live the American stream. Is what I said. That's what he thought.
I don't want that many though. I genuinely don't want to be that popular. I really don't.
I mean, it doesn't matter how many numbers you want. You're literally the same.
Yeah,
there's no
you're
difference.
100% the same.
No, what logic are you following? Dicks in your eyes too.
Well, I mean, I don't know what my eyes had to do with that. I'm taking this information, auditory here. Mike just want to know the plot. I mean, if the game has dicks in it, it's projecting towards us.
Then the dicks are in my eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Except for you, of course.
Sage has the dick with his hands.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he does.
Slightly off screen.
Well, I mean, you're the only one whose arms are moving around right now.
Do you remember that Nathan For You episode, Sage, where the 19-year-old kid is drawing dicks on the poster of Nathan, so it looks like he's holding dicks and jerking them off. And then Nathan, but he purposely put that poster up so he could talk to the kid's mom about it. But then when he shows the poster to the kid's mom, even the mom laughs about it.
I mean, if I was my kid, I'd laugh about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't get mad at my kid at all.
But then it's funny, the feigning, anger that Nathan Fielder has, because he's like, now you're laughing too. He said,
I just having a hard time opening that truck door. Just break the window, dude.
It is just a window.
How in this mech suit can he not tear a door off?
Are these mech suits worth anything? What is the point of these?
This is a knockoff mech suit.
They're just Chinese third-party mech suits.
It's actually a pretty good idea, too.
That's actually pretty funny.
Non-brand fucking...
Off-brand gun.
Brand X.
Brand X.
Fucking try to activate the super strength mode and just make the butt flap pull open or something.
I'd like to have that in our comics, and then another character to be like, why does he even have a butt flap hole?
You don't want to take your mech suit off every time you have
That's true.
Exactly.
Yeah, they explain the logistics of what a mech suit actually has to have.
I was kind of enjoying it if, it's a dude who's got the helmet on, so he's fully bulletproof, and then his ass is just exposed, he's just immediately shot in the ass.
The only weak spot is their asshole.
Man, it's just like the Death Star.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe that's what that fucking porthole is for,
Oh, no, it was definitely a fatal asshole.
But that means they could have saved the Death Star by just, if everybody, on board had just gathered around the hole.
on it or something?
No, if they'd all gathered around the hole, and all the stormtroopers took a shit at the exact same time, right?
Oh,
It would, deflect the torpedo.
That's true.
We're able to land a torpedo directly in their asshole.
It's getting stuck in the mud.
Gross, dude.
I want to
hope they'd clean their butt better than that.
I mean, haven't you ever seen those artillery shells that got caught in the mud in World War I and got stuck, they didn't blow up?
That's what my butthole is like every time. Yeah.
I mean, if you eat enough Mexican food, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like it could come out faster.
Well, that's what you want. In that case.
That's what you want, but that's not what you're going to get.
Well, some people prefer diarrhea. So.
That's true. I would have to agree with the sentiment that you should only vote for people who have diarrhea.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't that obvious?
Joe Biden's the only one who got elected then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
How do you think he got elected the first time?
Everybody voted for his diarrhea.
I almost said, how did he get erected the first time?
I don't. He hasn't had an erection in years.
I don't think so either.
Joe Biden and erections? Come on.
Wait, what was that angel graffiti on the wall?
Vulture.
Oh, vulture. Oh, that makes sense.
Why is he like throwing
Robs
cum?
from the rich. It's money.
Oh, it is? I thought
So,
those were like
wait,
used condoms.
in New York City's imagination, Vulture is like Robin Hood or some shit?
Somebody thinks so.
Weird.
Does he though?
I mean, he's not. He just keeps the money for himself. So he,
I mean, I guess he might.
Well, does he spend it though? Like, does he go
Yeah.
down to like the local mom and pop store and like
Yeah.
buy like some candy bars or whatever? Is he like is he promoting small businesses with that money? Is he investing in the economy?
Not. I mean, he robs from the rich and spends his money on the rich. I feel like
Okay,
that's
so he's more like Elon Musk. Is what you're saying.
yeah.
Okay.
I also think that angry is just her
Disappointing.
default emotion.
Well, to be honest, like these criminals are always stealing the
Vulture
fucking
paid some dude to paint those.
I would.
That makes a lot more sense.
That's smart. You gotta have a PR campaign too.
Yeah.
That's true.
Is this Miles or is this the other one?
No, this is still Peter.
Okay.
This is still the DLC at the main
There's
game.
one for
Oh no, there's something in that box that Zeus is gonna fuck.
I mean, he might just fuck the box.
That's
to be
true.
honest. I mean,
Do you think there are any like gods in Greek mythology that are like they're demigods or they're half box or something?
half box.
Yeah, that would confirm your theory.
There's gotta at some point been a god of boxes.
Probably. I mean, the Greeks had a god for everything, or at least a demigod for everything.
Yeah, that's true. And if they didn't, the Egyptians certainly did.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
I would have loved to see
Shepherd
those.
the anus.
I would have loved to see those religions sustain themselves in the modern era, just to see what kind of gods they'd have to come up with for like
The god of proctology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they already had that.
Well,
but,
yeah, right.
So
Yeah.
would there be like a god of NASCAR racing or some shit?
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, we do have St. Christopher, which is kind of close to that, but
I said in our comics that in the modern day, Thoth also invented the bidet.
that sounds like something he'd make.
He's like, what
He
if it
basically
cleans
just
out your
invented
butt?
all ass-related
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, he became like the god of butt knowledge.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta stick to the things you're good at.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's good at buttholes.
Right.
Did that dude just fucking point a pistol up at the armored roof of a truck and try to shoot through it?
I think maybe he was trying to shoot around the corner, but
That guy's dead.
Yeah. He's totally dead.
Yeah.
It's funny. All the other ones, Spider-Man creates like a web for or whatever,
Yeah.
but that guy definitely.
Yeah, his head just bashed against the wall. There's like a big blood smear on the fucking street.
Man.
Everybody's like, "Oh my god, what did Spider-Man just do?"
Spider-Man's going all Zack Snyder on these bitches.
Yeah, and it turned out that dude wasn't even
Now
like a hardcore
Spider-Man.
criminal.
Jesus.
He does exactly what Jesus would do: smash their head into pavement.
And tear down entire cities.
Yeah.
Now, if you wanted to do like a Superman and Old Testament god, that might work as an analogy.
That's actually a cool idea too.
Spider-Man.
No, Superman.
No, Superman.
Superman.
Superman Old Testament. That'd be badass.
Yeah.
I feel like they're driving in like a circle.
I mean, they're panicking.
The old covenant is that my fist goes in your head and your head goes into the concrete.
And at some point, it's going in somebody's ass.
Oh yeah.
So is she on our side or she's trying to kill us?
She's like Russian or something.
Thank you, Michael. That explains it perfectly.
She's like Brazilian or
Yeah, I know. She's from like Botswana, Romania, Stan or something.
Sincaria.
Same thing. She's from all the countries at once.
Well, it's just like Sokovia in the movies, right?
I mean, at least
I was
dead-
quoting Anchorman the first movie, where it's like, is she Brazilian or something weird like that?
I mean, at least Sokovia, they're it's Eastern Europe pretty much. They all have Eastern European accents.
Well, that is.
Like, I don't know what her accent is. She's trying to do everything at once.
He's
He's dead.
Oh man.
Don't even bother trying to save other people.
I wish we could have.
At this point, you know, the cat's out of the bag.
I wish we could have just the Black Cat. I wish we could have just made a compilation reel of all the times Peter has killed someone in this game.
That would be amazing. You lost the Christmas convoy page.
I did.
Because I think we've probably killed more people than supervillains.
I think you have. Right? I haven't seen any of the supervillains kill anyone so far. I mean, yeah, I guess they blew up what's his face's press conference, but
yeah,
Miles' dad
they blew up that Apple store that one time.
Uncle Ben and wasn't it also Ame?
Yeah, they died of the virus that Doc Ock.
Yeah, I'll blame Doc Ock for that. So that's what, 3 people?
Miles' dad was killed by Mr. Negative, and Aunt May was ultimately Doc Ock.
They're
okay, did you see that? We just drove through the taxi.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the physics, you would have killed like 10 people.
That would be a long compilation.
Yeah.
Their ultimate revenge was that Apple store, though. When they started looting that Apple store.
Right.
That's true. Is that even stupid?
That's honestly like the only store at a mall.
Apple's super villain, so.
I wouldn't feel bad about getting looted as an Apple store.
Yeah, I wouldn't give a shit.
I mean, other stores I actually give a shit because it's like, come on, don't be a piece of shit. But an Apple store, come on.
It does depend on the fucking store, you know? If it's like a grocery store, it's like, you know, people need that, but, you know.
Right.
It's like a tech store, go nuts.
Yeah, right.
I just think if it's ever anything that's like owned by like an unbelievably rich billionaire and corporation, I don't care.
Exactly.
As soon as you start robbing people that are like, you know, regular human beings, it's like, all right, go fuck yourself.
And I'll also make the stipulation for things that people depend on, right?
That too, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, you know, don't blow up the utility company.
No, yeah, I definitely agree with that.
This is great, man. How long do you think the stream is going to be able to stay up now that we're, like, you know, giving advice on, like, terrorism?
Shit, I didn't think about that.
In the modern age. They made a trendy joke just a little while ago where Spider-Man's like, what, have you been listening to Jameson's podcast or whatever? Which I thought was very much like him saying, have you been listening to, like, the Alex Jones podcast?
I mean, it kind of is.
Yeah.
It's literally that.
Let's look at these Predator drones.
They're silver sables.
How many civilians did she kill with those?
She's probably killed a few civilians.
Well, yeah, she's full on like anti-hero, like closer to like say the Punisher.
Right, she's like the U.S. government.
Yeah,
right. Oh yeah, she's killing tons of people with these drones.
Yeah. She's also really terrible at her job. Like, how many missiles has she fucking shot at that van and not hit?
A lot of them are just hitting buildings.
Yeah, seriously. I'm not usually a big advocate for the U.S. military's activities abroad, but man, at least we have better accuracy than that.
That was just a really cool point of view, him like crouching on like a futuristic jet plane like that. That was awesome.
We should have more Cyberpunk Spider-Man.
Well, 2099 is going to have a huge role to play in the next animated one.
But not 2077.
Not 2077, no. Spider-Man 2077.
Or 2049 or 49. All these titles are having...
I know.
It's weird to think Marvel was kind of the first to do that. I mean, I guess if you want to think about it, the titling in years,
I guess they picked one that's actually far in the future.
Yeah. Right. I guess that's 1984, I guess, was the first year title.
Yeah.
But still, I think as far as like the 20 titles go, I think Spider-Man started that in the comics.
Yeah, that's actually true. I can't think of anything else.
I like her toy pistol.
There was Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century.
I'm glad that we're not the only ones that reference that.
Me and Ulysses just had to expose Alex to that for the first time. He had never heard of that.
Yeah, right. Well,
it's going to be awesome. Oh, I know. I can't wait for Across the Spider-Verse. It's going to be awesome.
It's weird because those are the kind of cartoons where it's like I look back in the opening theme song or whatever, a little animation they put together for that is better than the actual cartoon.
Oh, of course.
Well, I mean, that cartoon is definitely not good.
It's not the worst cartoon I've seen.
You kind of look like a disembodied head.
I do, yeah.
Now he has no choice about how many dicks are
I will spontaneously grow a fucking body and jam those dicks back into your fucking ass. So I know that's where you pulled them out from.
Exactly.
Should get some fucking wires and just tape them to my head.
Yeah.
That would actually be kind of an awesome idea for a stream in general.
Yeah.
Just some dude pretending he's like a severed head.
We should all do it at next level.
Yeah.
We're all disembodied heads. All right.
We're all disembodied heads.
There we go. Oh, Michael can't quite pull it off. Getting there.
Close.
Close.
Pretty much.
I'm there.
So I think it's the contrast of one person doing it while the other two are sitting up is a little bit better.
Well, it looks better.
It's
Yeah.
It looks like maybe the camera's just not tilted properly.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, but if we called it like 3 bobbing heads or something.
Bobbing for apples.
Bobbing for dick. Let's see.
Somebody walked into that comment too. Sometimes the first thing someone heard when they got
Well, that's probably the most mature thing we'll say today.
Yeah, probably. Alright, I can't sit like that.
It's killing me inside.
Is it?
Yeah.
Who's this guy? Why does he get a cutscene? Are those water balloons?
For your ass.
Oh, alright.
Free ass.
Free ass.
I said for your ass.
Oh, what? Free ass.
Just put it on. Hey, free ass.
That'd be awesome. Full
Sign, free ass.
Just as like billboard, just like up in the city, just says free ass.
I heard it was more of a
Wait, who is this dude? Why are we talking to him?
He's from Samkara, which is not a real place.
He's from Silver. He's one of Silver Sable's actual henchmen.
Okay.
Whereas the people we're fighting are New York mobsters who have taken her technology, so that's why the uniform looks the same. The what? Obadibba double what?
I do not endorse that.
I just didn't quite catch the name when he said it out loud, so it really did just kind of sound like Obadibba. Sounded like the Dark Elves in Thor.
Yeah,
It sounded
that's
like them
true.
talking their baby.
So what's this country called again? Saudi Arabia?
Samsara.
Samsara?
No, I'm just
Samsara?
No, it's Samkara, yeah.
Simcaria.
So is it like a really diverse place, or like just like everybody's accents just kind of fucked, or what?
Their accents fuck?
Yeah, man.
What does that mean? What does that even mean?
I want to go to someone in New York with like a real unique accent and be like, "What? Did your accent like fuck or what?"
Well, yeah, it'd be like, let's say like you have like an Australian and
What
like
is going on with that?
That is like the
fuck?
dumbest fucking jeans. Is it jeans?
Is somebody about to like curb stop her on the
Yeah, I think so. I think she's like about to die.
I have to give it to him. This is as nonsensical as a real billboard advertisement.
And there's two of them right
I need
next to
a
each
fucking
Jesus
jackboot,
Christ.
like right out of, like just almost out of screen, like above her head, and then it would be like modern art.
Exactly. Like
What's that one? What about that dude? He's got his man boobs out.
Oh, that one it's Ambroche. Like
Loud Sport.
Oh God, it's in French. Get us out of here.
Yeah, I know. I remember saying that last year. But yeah, that other one, that's like a real jeans commercial. It was a jeans advertisement. But what the fuck did that? I mean, other than she's wearing jeans, I get it.
Yeah.
But she's laying on a fucking skateboard.
What's the skateboard have to do anything? Why?
Yeah.
She looks like she's about to have her fucking like teeth like crammed into her brain.
Dude, I saw the worst advertisement on like a park bench the other day, just
That's
around
just a sign
here.
that says Feldens.
And
Is that billboard right there?
I have to look up the slogan again. I think I texted to Sage, but it's like, I don't even like the message that it's sending at all. There's nothing you could take that's positive from it, but it's just this bench that says, you don't just go online anymore, you live there. Like, what kind of message is that to put on?
I don't know. Is this like a precursor to the metaverse?
Yeah, that's exactly what musicians are talking about. It's
Is
just
it for the metaverse?
it's like subliminal, just like you have, life isn't important, it doesn't exist, just spend the rest of your life on the internet, you worthless piece of shit. That's what it might as well be saying.
Or is it like anti-internet? Is it like, oh, you bitch, why don't you live in the real life?
Let's see, well, what it's advertising for is something called quantum technologies or something.
What the fuck is that?
Or no, get to know us at Quantum Twin Cities, I don't know. Is that Quantum Press?
What kind of a name for a pizza shop is Back on Toppings?
Back on topics.
amazing.
I like that.
It's exactly foreshadowing of metaverse.
I hated it when I saw that because it's like,
I get to walk around as Peter for a little bit.
Oh, good. You gonna get back on top of that pizza?
Yeah, what is up
That
with
pizza always on top?
what is that with Back on Toppings? That's a weird name.
Is it like a pizza like sex shop?
Pizza,
Jesus Christ.
pizza sex shop.
It's like, you know, those like sushis where you eat it off of like, you know, someone who's like lying on a table or whatever, except it's pizza.
Oh, okay.
God,
I was gonna say, does the clerk be like, "Hey, you want a dildo with that?"
Those have to be hammerheads, man.
his name's Tony. He's definitely Italian.
Don't be racist, Michael.
That's what the assumption Peter jumped to.
Well, it wasn't racist when he said it, but he made it racist.
Oh, right. 'Cause I'm not a superhero.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, he's a good guy. He's only killed like 7 or 8 people on the way here.
Right. Is this mission about getting pizza? What is this mission?
We're following the mobsters.
Oh, we're following Tony.
Yeah, we're tailing him. We're tailing Tony.
It's convenient that they're dressed like they came out of the
Tony.
1920s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do that, you know.
Does he have a Tommy gun? That old Chicago typewriter out here?
Just turn around and check your phone every time they think they might be getting followed.
Oh, I thought somebody like messaged you or something, and you turned around and was like, "What the fuck is that?" It would have been great if Peter was just that incompetent.
I think we've given you 2 new good stream ideas today, Sage. You've got 3 bobbing heads or 2 Twitch or 2 Twitch streaming cats. I think
Yeah. No, I like it. Well, you could have the cats and then the heads just about head next to the cats.
That would be cool. That'd be good.
Just kind of combine them.
If the cats just start like trying to like nip at our face while we're like,
I mean, the cats are going to be so pissed off they're being pulled in tight. They probably will.
Yeah,
that's true.
they're not going to be happy about it.
Man, $16 for parking? What a ripoff!
It is New York. I can't even imagine what fucking parking, paying for parking in New York is like.
It's probably much worse now.
Yeah.
There aren't enough rats here, though.
The rats are the people.
If I get above those guys, I can hear them. Gotta get to that alleyway.
Okay, what's that billboard about?
Tit.
I mean, yes, but what does it say? Does it say TNA? Did you say TNA?
No.
MA for mastectomy.
Marco Anders collide. So it's some fashion thing.
All right, well, that makes sense.
Either fashion
It's
or
clothes to show off your tit.
perfume, maybe.
Perfume to show off your tit.
Not really the same sense, but.
Well, I mean, if your tits smell really interesting, people are going to notice.
What are they talking about? As laptops do at when they said C3, I thought they were talking about some weird electronics conference.
Is that like Hunter Biden's laptop?
No, that's Russian disinformation.
Oh, okay, you're right.
I like the idea about 2 stereotypical Italians talking about an electronics conference. It's like, hey, did you see that C3 stream, man? And then he's like, yeah, man, I want to get that new PS5 or whatever. Just don't talk about shit like that.
Yeah, welcome to my TED Talk.
I would watch a retired mobster give a TED Talk about, like...
Oh, hell yeah. That'd be
interesting. That's one of the few TED Talks that would be worth listening
to. Yeah. My head, my skull.
That dude just broke all his ribs.
Yeah.
And dislocated his arm.
He just looks pretty dead.
I think that dude that's been webbed his wall's having a good time, though.
Yeah, he seems pretty
I think
happy
he's into
with
that.
He keeps like wiggling his ass against the bar.
He's like, oh, Spider-Man, ooh, don't get behind me.
Yeah.
I've been a naughty boy.
Is it only arms that you have 8 of?
Oh my god.
What kind of webs come out of somewhere else?
I really didn't like, though, that they made jokes like that in Spider-Man No Way Home, where they were making, like, weird, like, body, yeah, they were, like, with the web.
They made cum jokes.
With Tobey Maguire, like, you're telling me, like, cum comes out of your body? And he's like, yeah, just a little bit, man. Just, like, I didn't quite like that conversation.
Yeah, I mean, at the risk of sounding like a hypocrite, I don't think that belongs in a Marvel movie.
Yeah, right. Like, I get what they were just...
Yeah, Deadpool would be great.
Or if it was Deadpool, then interacting with Spider-Man?
That would work,
that would work, yeah. I agree there.
Okay, I opened up every...
I do want a moment of Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool pissing off a Spider-Man in these movies, you know?
Yeah,
I mean, it honestly would have been kind of great if it had been all three. If Deadpool had been pissing off all 3 of them.
Just one Deadpool can piss off 3 Spider-Mans that much.
Awesome. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Alright, well, that's the fucking laptop. Why can't I go up to it?
Yeah, I mean, that movie just doesn't... fucking whatever the recent Spider-Man was called, something home. Home Alone or whatever. Like,
Spider-Man Home Alone. I like that title, but
I mean, I just don't think that's the right tonal place for that, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it comes back to the thing of like, I just think there was too much humor in the movie in general.
Yeah.
Like, it just
like if that was just one of
right.
the jokes and there weren't like a billion of them, then
yeah. Again, I think if you just fucking like killed Ned,
yeah.
I do think that would solve a lot of my problems.
That would be kind of hilarious if like the entire Sinister Six just shows up and they just like fucking like beat the shit out of Ned on like the street.
God, that would have been so satisfying.
Can't wait.
Or what if like all the Neds from like the parallel universe are on that same street corner?
That movie just called Ned.
If they died, I'd be okay with it. If they all died, I'd be okay with it.
Would you watch a movie just called Ned Sage?
Ooh,
That's all Neds.
It's all just his jokes.
If they die,
like
if he dies.
What if he became Spider-Man?
What if it's Ned telling jokes to an audience of Neds?
Yeah.
And then they all get up there and they all start telling jokes.
And they're all Spider-Man.
They're all and
like an Into the Spider-Verse movie, but it's all Ned, and all his jokes in different parallel dimensions.
And you're the only non-Ned person in the movie.
Yeah.
Why am I in the movie?
You're the villain.
I'm the villain?
Yeah, they don't.
No, I'm killing Ned.
No, they're killing you.
It doesn't matter how many Neds you kill because there'll always be infinite Neds.
God damn it.
And this movie's gonna be like PG-13, so you're not gonna get to like kill any of them. They just like throw you off a building.
Well, what's the point,
it's like a 10-hour long movie.
Yeah, that's the point. It's like a PG-13 Zack Snyder movie about Ned.
That sounds like a horrible experience. I don't like it.
I like that Neds are your version of trolls, or of gnomes.
Yeah, I do hate Ned. I really do hate Ned.
No.
I don't think there will ever be like a million-themed Neds, like Christmas Neds and... Oh,
I mean, you can't fit as many Neds up your asshole as Alex can gnomes.
No one can fit anything, as many of anything up their ass as Alex does gnomes. No, Michael, I don't know if you got to hear this yet, but we talked about it on this Tuesday's KOTOR stream. But there are now Easter gnomes all over the place. St. Patrick's Day gnomes, Valentine's Day gnomes.
Oh.
They're making gnomes for every holiday.
Just recently?
Yeah.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah. So Alex is getting like gnomes up his ass for every day.
Oh my god!
We should all save up and just buy him like a rainbow of holiday gnomes.
I would love that. Let's do it.
I'm trying to keep you from getting hurt.
I can take care of myself.
So how did Sable like? Did she like teleport or was she invisible?
She was an invisibility cloaking thing.
Wait, isn't that invisible twerking thing? What you
What? There's no way you actually heard
Have
that.
you ever done any invisible twerker?
What the hell is invisible twerking? Is the point of twerking to be invisible?
I imagine just some pervert who's invisible running around just twerking in front of people, so he can't.
If that's what you want.
Okay, but where I was going with this is like just the invisible plane idea. I mean, isn't that just kind of ripping off Wonder Woman and shit?
Well, no, the plane wasn't invisible. She was invisible.
Oh.
So they're ripping off Sue Storm.
Oh, that's dumb.
That's anything. Yeah, that's probably.
So does that mean that like when she's in that plane, she also like gets invisible and like fucks her like husband or whatever?
That happened.
I remember
that
something.
Happened, yeah.
That was what you showed me.
And then fucked each other in front of the other two members of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, fucking the Thing and Torch were both just sitting in the back of the car. It's like,
yeah, they're fucking right behind us.
I
can't see
remember
it.
They're invisible, but I feel like you can still hear it.
You're right.
Oh, yeah. Well, if nothing else, it'd be like the over and over again.
What was that last comment you
now that they took Ned for Peter's storyline, are they going to still do Genki for Miles? Yeah, that is the weird thing because Ned... Right. So, okay, it's weird, because in the comics, Ned Leeds is a totally different character who is the Hobgoblin.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And then Genki is Miles' best friend.
Yeah.
So they took Ned Leeds, who is like this white dude who's a villain.
Right.
They took that name and then took the character design of Miles' best friend and then like made Ned out of that.
It is a weird combination.
That's a very strange thing. There, Michael, if you want to play for just a moment.
Or should I just close the door?
Oh, here, if you want to play for just a moment.
Sage is being generous. He's letting you have half of your health bar.
Oh, it's just going to help you find everything.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm just going to help you grab those.
Okay.
Oh, Michael, you're doing a terrible job. You only have, like, 10% of your health.
Oh, fuck. Watch the fastest death you've ever seen.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Wrong.
All right,
Wrong. Hell yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, Sage set you up for success there.
I already know how hard this is. Let's see. Okay.
Alright, so
I haven't played
that.
Oh shit.
Oh, it's a dude.
I have no idea.
Oh shit, you just got fucked by a missile. That thing went all the way up there.
This was a terrible idea. Let's see.
Yeah, this is going very poorly.
Where?
I'll save you in a
Who am I hitting? Anything?
Oh, who's hitting you?
Okay. Just.
Don't worry, one of these days you'll figure it out.
Oh shit! Wait. Oh wait. Oh no. Oh, this guy's gonna kill me.
Oh, but there's two guys, and is that like a dude or is that a robot? I don't know what that was. Hit the plane. Hit the plane.
Oh, all right. Oh wait. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh god damn.
Oh shit. You just get
That was a little
around.
unfair, right?
I just ragdolled down the stairs.
It looked like I got shot on the steps.
Yeah.
God damn. Sage, I'm hardcore dying here.
I mean, that's what makes you.
I'll save you in a second.
Okay,
He's gonna save you just like Spider-Man saving those car drivers.
Yeah,
He's
right.
gonna fucking throw you out the window.
Ooh,
Ooh, it's nice that the fucking like tank over there.
I want to blow those up.
Yeah. Fucking like throw someone into the propane tank. That sounds like something that Spider-Man would do.
Let's see. How do you do the webbing thing again?
I don't know. I haven't played this game, Michael. You literally can't ask me for help.
Okay. So I need to do like an explosive web.
Yeah, do you have those?
Suspension
matrix? You should suspend the Matrix franchise. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy was off. Oh, that guy almost went off the edge there. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, alright. Okay. Oh, okay. No, I want to blow these up. God damn. Just let me kill us all.
Careful, Michael. Those guys got their sodomy stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, the customer came and I had to turn down the volume down as soon as I said
Sorry.
as I said that. Oh yeah, sorry. We're chatterboxes here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what people want, right? They don't want like dead air. And now here's some dead air.
I swear, like, it's giving me. Isn't it giving me the? Oh, maybe it's not giving me the option to throw those.
Stand on the fucking like shag carpet or whatever that was.
Shag carpet.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's getting like all that static up your ass.
I can't blow those up. All right.
Do you think like how dogs and sometimes even cats, if they're like not very well trained, right? They'll kind of like scrape their butts against like a carpet.
Oh yeah, I do that all the time.
Right. But like, how sometimes if you touch a carpet, right?
Yeah.
You get like that static shock.
Oh, I thought you were gonna talk about like shit stains that were shit streaks left on the carpet.
Well, I'm just wondering.
I don't
like,
touch that.
Like,
oh wait, I could have killed that guy. Oh, they killed him.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, that plane's helping you out. People went silent. There must be video of a dead-eyed stare at the game.
Oh, fucked someone up. Oh my god, this is the best I've ever done in my life.
Yeah, but you haven't won yet.
I feel better about this than graduating high school.
Well, that's not much of an accomplishment.
I know. Shit.
But yeah, like, is it possible for like a dog or a cat to like shock themselves if they like do that on like a carpet? It has like an electric charge.
Sometimes I'll just like really kind of shuffle my feet on carpet and then touch the cat, to electrocute.
That does sound fun. Yeah. Especially if you get like a really fluffy cat, so maybe they like pop out.
Yeah, right. Yeah, my aunt's cat is quite floopy, as the kids say today.
Don't stand in the fucking carpet.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
Maybe after 3 hours I could beat this. Oh god damn.
I mean, if you just ran in circles and let Sable take care of it.
Yeah, why am I even attempting to fight? That's like a very good point. Alright.
I mean, come on, Sable, you wanted to be the hero here, so now's your chance.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, just take him out for me.
She's doing a pretty good job.
Alright.
There are a lot of dudes, though, and it seems like her fucking plane has a fucking slow reload time.
Yeah.
Why does Sable invest in all this high-tech with stuff? Like, why does she have this laser gun that has this long-ass recharge rate and, like, just, makes the dudes dance around a little bit? Like, put a fucking machine gun on that, Sable.
She inherited Apple in this universe from Steve Jobs, so, like...
Tried to turn Apple into a PMC. That explains a lot.
In like a vampire short story I wrote at Hamlin, I was gonna write about it where they were gonna fight like the Apple Empire, you know, or something like the Vampire Society would be like fighting Apple basically, and they fly down their helicopters, and you know, well, I was gonna call them. I think I was gonna call them copters in the story and stuff like that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Dance. All right, I'm done. I'm sorry, kid.
I actually was able to beat that guy up a little bit.
I dodged them rockets.
Okay, just keep shooting
that dude's still
rockets
alive.
at me. Oh, he's still alive.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. Alright. Do you want to try this one?
Me? I mean, sure, I'll take it.
Die and come back and
I've died at least 10 times.
That's great. All right.
I'm doing okay right now at
Doing
the
a little
moment.
better. All right. Well,
So you might be
I'm
able
here
to
to
survive
rescue
and
you.
beat this. Let's see.
Yeah, Michael, you're holding out for a hero.
Thanks, man.
So,
I'm
damn,
just-
a customer came and I had to turn volume down as soon as I said
Oh yeah,
that.
we were kind of yelling at the top
Yeah,
of
we
our
were
lungs.
chatting.
Of course. So people want silence, and there must be video of a dead-eyed stare at the game. Oh, you're talking about like streams where
We were talking about dead air.
Oh, just
Yeah.
dead air on
Yeah.
streams where like people don't talk.
And
as
then
much,
dead
or,
Steve
like,
Jobs.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve Jobs is super dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking.
Columbine happened a while ago, man.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, we were talking about how fun it would be if Apple started a PMC.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
basically what Sable's doing.
Did they not already do that?
I explained to Ulysses that Silver Sable inherited Apple from Steve Jobs after
Oh.
he died in this universe.
Okay.
And that's why everything looks so Apple related.
Oh, I get that.
How funny would it be if you could like trick those dudes into firing their rockets at Sable's little plane and shoot her down?
That'd be
I
awesome.
mean, we're like, you know, like kind of frenemies with her.
So that'd be fun, you know, just a little bit of friendly competition.
Yeah, murdering. That would be super fun.
I mean, keep her on her toes.
I was also trying to blow up those flammable tanks over there and try and kill us all, but it wasn't
We didn't
working.
have any propane accessories.
Yeah, I didn't.
Well, you had the propane, but you didn't have the propane accessories.
Yeah. Dude, what was that shit that we found the funniest when it was like that guy making crank calls to like businesses?
He was getting
Home
crank
Depot,
calls.
yeah, but using like clips
Oh, yeah,
from King
look
of the
at
Hill.
him. Did you see
That
that?
was the funniest shit.
Hey, throw it up.
No, he was. Oh, you're talking about the Hank Hill thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
sorry, I was mixing. I was
You
thinking
know what a
something else.
hammer is?
You know what a hammer is? I'm looking for a tap and some WD-40.
And then I just like when he'd be like, "What?"
What are you turning into some kind of feminist?
Yeah,
Yeah.
do it. Indiana Jones.
Actually, do you want to? You each one just scoot over just like a little bit.
Oh, sure.
Just 'cause your face is
I
like
thought
half
you
on
were
there.
going to torture people again.
Oh God! No, please don't.
But also, Hammerhead's basically just
Looks like
like a
fucking
head on a
Frankenstein,
neck
yeah.
body now.
Why does he look like Frankenstein?
Well, that's all kind of always what Hammerhead looks like. He
looks like
normally
Franken Castle right now. You know?
He kind of does, but normally Hammerhead. Well, yeah, he's
Shoot him in the face,
he's actually
lady.
terminate. Well, that
Dude,
doesn't
he
do
is.
anything.
Oh, so he's been so because you can like
His
see.
entire body now, except for the head, is just robot suit.
God
So what
damn.
about the
Oh,
face?
Black Cat's back. Well, his face is the one. So normally Hammerhead is just a mobster.
I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's all good.
I don't need the camera.
It's still actually. Did it even change the angle?
No, I think it made it better. I think
It made it better.
Yeah, it's actually in a better position now than it was
Yeah,
before.
good job.
Weirdly enough, she's trying to get a cat out of him.
Yeah, I know you're mad, but you didn't make this easy on me.
Nadia, we
She's
had
fighting you so hard.
Turn the camera so we can get this on camera.
Fighting with this cat.
I
yeah.
think this is more entertaining than
Just
the
trying
game.
to get
It's
you
true.
food.
Nadia, we
Right,
had an
she's
idea that
literally
we could
just trying to
tape two
feed
of
her.
your cats down and film the back of their head so it looks like they're doing the Twitch stream, the cats, and then
we
we'll
just
talk
pretend
as
to
the
be the
cat.
cat's
Maybe like
voices.
Mystery Science Theater, but
Yeah.
a cat.
Oh, I like that.
That's it.
Look for it. Oh, yeah, this is better camera position. You're right.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey,
But
we
no,
finally killed Sable, though.
normally,
Frankenstein.
normally Hammerhead is just a normal mobster, except his face is like the one place that you can't hit because he's got a giant fucking metal plate in it.
right, yeah.
So he'll actually like headbutt people and fucking like kill them, but with his like.
But now he's
Shoot him in
a
the eyes, though.
he's a fucking
yeah.
he's a fucking straight up cyborg.
Yeah,
now.
no, he is like a fucking.
He's a monster.
He is a monster. Yeah,
Who's this bitch?
Trust issues.
Black Cat
Yeah,
Okay.
or Catwoman for Spider-Man, if you
Yeah,
want to think about it that way.
that's why I made that awesome pun earlier about letting the black cat out of the bag.
Yeah.
Right.
And nobody laughed. That's
She
how awesome.
honestly is.
I hated Tom.
I do. I only make them to prove how worthless they are.
Everything you need to know about that ugly thing.
His penis.
Like, don't talk about it that way.
This is a weird scene.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like any Catwoman scene where
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah, she's
Spider-Man,
always-
you already got a girlfriend.
His head.
she doesn't stop.
These
flirting
type of
with him.
characters are always trying to get Batman, Spider-Man to pay for that lap dance, you know?
I mean, at least Bruce Wayne can afford it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. Spider-Man can't afford that
Please,
child
just one
support.
freebie, please.
One freebie. Oh God, please.
He walks into the strip club, pulls out a $1 bill, just lowers his head.
He's like, now don't take this from me because this is a month's rent for...
Spend it all in one place.
Yeah. Oh man, Peter Parker is so poor.
You know what though, and that's why. That's part of why Tom Holland's. I wasn't as big a fan of Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
He wasn't
because he's
poor at
not
all.
poor.
That's true.
Granted, he is
He's
now.
got all that Tony Stark money.
He
Yeah.
is now though.
He better stay fucking
Right,
broke, too.
they just have to stick to it. He has to stay for it. Hammerhead ever encountered Magneto could just rip his head.
Yeah,
like his
Magneto
fucking
was
face plate
fucking
out.
up.
Yeah.
Magneto once ripped out Wolverine's entire skeleton, so you know.
Well, he turn the metal liquid and then just.
Well,
rip the
yeah.
metal out.
In one story, he did just rip out the adamantium from his bones.
But
and then
another
the
time he
bone
actually
cloth.
took the
In the
whole
Ultimate
skeleton.
Comics, Ultimate Magneto
that's
ripped
right.
his skeleton out of his body and tried and killed him. But I think Wolverine still somehow
Even
heals
then,
him
I think his
yeah.
arm. I'm pretty sure there's a panel of Wolverine's arm still healing back together and just
In space,
floating
yeah.
in space like the cover of Dead Space.
Or
almost.
Jason X.
But if he doesn't have his bones anymore, would he just be like jelly?
I think he
Well,
would just
the
regenerate
skeleton
the bones,
itself
but
was
without
pulled
the
out
metal
of
on
the.
it.
Oh, okay.
Wolverine's healing ability is god.
And so technically,
So wait, if you
the
like
skull
chop-
would still
like
be
Deadpool.
protected. I mean, the brain would still be protected in his skull.
So if you chop
Right.
Wolverine into little bits, would you get like multiple Wolverines?
That's a question
Like a
Deadpool
worm?
has asked before.
Deadpool has actually said that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a smart question. Deadpool's a smart
I
man.
also like the idea of Wolverworms.
Wolverworms?
Wolverworms.
Wolverine worms.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like
Because if you cut
worms.
them into pieces and you get multiple of them,
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
okay.
what
Yeah.
worms
I thought you
Yeah.
meant maybe like his tapeworms could regenerate too.
do. Wolverine has a tapeworm. Huh?
I mean, there's no evidence he doesn't.
Spoken like a
So they're basically planning like a journalist, like a war journalist, like expedition into this other country.
Oh.
Which in the Miles game, that's why when you're playing as Miles, Peter is trained. You skip some time between now and that DLC and that game, and Peter and MJ are leaving for Symkaria at the beginning of that game, and Peter's like leaving Miles in charge for the first time. While they go and do this like war-torn journalism thing.
Huh.
So that's where Peter and MJ are in Silver Sable's country during the events of the Miles game.
Okay.
must be underground. Guess it's time for some urban publicity.
Wasn't that a line Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne had in Batman Begins? And he
They
talked about,
definitely
like,
talked about
doing
spelunking.
I don't.
For sure.
Yeah, maybe they didn't say urban spelunking, but
Always got to be a sewer level in a game.
True. I think it's a legal requirement.
in Spider-Man it makes a lot of sense because you're either going to find the Lizard down there or some villain.
Right.
Let's see where this leads.
Granted, there's no lizard in this game.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, onward. Hammerheads, guys.
Do you think they would do the Lizard as well as Venom and
Well,
Craven
look how
in the
many
next
they got in
game?
this first one,
did
right?
do a
Like
lot.
I would be surprised if there wasn't at
Think about like a
least-
a monster face-off between like Lizard or at least Lizard and Venom at some point.
Yeah,
you know,
that'd be cool.
that'd be badass.
Well, like I'm thinking that we could in the next game we could potentially get Lizard, Sandman, Venom, Craven. For Craven and Venom are the only two I think that are absolutely confirmed.
Right,
but
right.
for sure, Craven and Venom.
They probably will do more villains than just
Yeah.
those though.
I mean, like they could do the same number of villains in this that are in this first game, but there's so many that they could not even reuse a villain.
Hydro Man, you think they'll do Hydro Man?
They should do Pasty Pot Pete.
They should do Pasty Pot.
I feel like the best place for Pasty Pot Pete to make a modern reappearance is a Deadpool property.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, if he did show up in this game, he'd be like such a jokey villain that he'd like be a one-hit thing. And
I don't know. You're talking about how in the comics he like beat the shit out of like the entire.
Well, yes, he did beat Spider-Man in the comics in a fist fight.
Spider-Man and Daredevil.
Yeah, he could, I mean, if he, it's not really better, but if they went by that Trapster nickname, I guess that.
I don't know if I like that one.
That implies something very different.
Yeah, but I mean. Like I'm just saying, this is how lame Pasty Pot Pete is, that his only option for getting cooler was to name himself the Trapster. So.
Spooging on those guys.
Yeah.
Spooging all over these henchmen.
You're in timeout.
Hey, you think getting webbed wouldn't prevent these dudes from screaming?
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah, fuck your chandelier. What do you have a chandelier for in a fucking warehouse?
Who are
you trying to impress?
Wouldn't they look up at where the chandelier fell from if a chandelier fell?
Maybe.
That's a pretty reasonable question.
Yeah, I don't, but honestly, I don't know if Hammerhead's ever encountered Magneto. That would be an interesting. I don't know.
I mean, he'd pretty much wipe the floor with Hammerhead pretty
fast.
No,
I know, but like, what would just personality, not fight wise, but personality
sure.
wise, that could be an interesting.
Yeah, yeah, it's true.
No, don't forget X-Men Apocalypse. Magneto like destroyed the entire like Golden Gate Bridge and like killed
and Xavier's asshole.
Yeah. Well, that was Apocalypse.
That was Apocalypse.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. That was...
Right.
You're hashtagging the wrong person.
I really like bringing that up.
Yeah, me too.
The fact that happened in a movie, I like people to know.
It might be the only funny rape scene in cinema.
I don't know if we want to go down this road. I don't know.
I didn't say the only one.
Oh my god.
I wouldn't laugh at any other circumstance.
Right.
Just something about Charles Xavier.
Exactly.
I don't know if it's the wheelchair or what.
Well, he didn't have a wheelchair at that point.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, he'd
been
tipped over at that point.
Right.
He'd been tipped over like a cow at that point.
Well, it was in the psychic realm that it happened.
That's right. So he could kind of walk or whatever.
Yeah. The only place he could truly feel it.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's terrible.
God, that movie was dumb.
God, yeah, that was a terrible movie, man.
I don't know what the hell they were thinking like when they made that scene. Like, did nobody look at that in post and be like, this isn't a good angle to have this scene? It implies something we don't want.
This isn't a good look for Apocalypse or Xavier.
It's really not. Not for either of them.
Mad hashtag magnet right there. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, there's those. Stop.
Well, should I read some shitty supervillain Wikipedia whenever we have downtime?
That's some fun. Right. That'll be the last stream that we get where we do that for a while.
I like how this advanced piece of military technology straight out of Tiberian Sun is in a fucking binder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know it.
Actually, I wonder what the origin of these sorts of vehicles in sci-fi shit is. They come up a lot.
Steve Jobs did.
So can we build our own plane now? We got the schematic.
No, we just team up with Silver City.
But like, why don't we steal her stuff?
I mean, the whole reason she's here is because Hammerhead stole her stuff.
Right. So I mean, now we can do it, make a little bit of money.
Right.
And we can kill her off, and then we can.
We're Spider-Man.
Yeah, but I mean, Sable's kind of a villain.
We're Turkish Spider-Man. Is he
Turkish
the
Spider-Man,
crime
right.
lord version?
Crime Lord Spider-Man.
I mean, Sable's kind of a villain. She keeps accidentally killing civilians. I mean, you know.
I'd consider her an anti-hero.
Yeah.
Definitely.
She hasn't killed nearly as many people as Spider-Man says.
It's true.
That is a good point.
I said I'd turn you into a Frankenstein freak.
Why did they staple a human face over like a giant gorilla robot body?
Well, it is his face.
I know that, but like if you're gonna go like full giant robo gorilla, like why bother with having your face
do
painted
it.
on? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
At least make yourself look cool.
There's some guy named Gimlet.
Gimlet? Is that like what?
Like a giblet?
That's what I first thought. It doesn't even have a Wikipedia link for him, but it's just
I'm envisioning like a chicken that's trying to be like Gimli from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it says he's one of the top lieutenants in the Magia. So, there's one particular villain I'm trying to find the wiki link for again, but I think I could maybe find them through the Magia. But
it's a me, Maggio.
It's a me, Maggio.
Okay. Wait. Okay. Well, there's one villain just called Unicorn. I'm kind of curious to look into this character.
My Little Pony character.
It's another COVID variant, actually.
It's oh, let's see. So let's go to. Whoa, that was quite a scream! Holy shit!
That actually was Silver Sable too.
Okay.
Because they took her, right? They're torturing her.
So this guy Milos Masaryk was a Soviet intelligence agent assigned to track down the original Crimson Dynamo who defects to America. Wearing technology designed by the Dynamo, Masaryk
I hope
gives
we get a
himself...
proper Crimson Dynamo in the Armor Wars series.
He gives himself the alias the Unicorn and battles Iron Man.
Gimlet is a great cocktail. Gimlet is a bad villain.
You're right about that.
Yep.
And...
Ooh,
torture.
they're going all heavy rain.
I love torture.
Heavy Rain at the... That would be a fun game to stream at some
that's
point.
true, yeah.
Heavy Rain. Because Alex, I don't think, has ever...
Especially that one fucking sequence.
Oh, where you were chasing the dude through the grocery store, and if you...
I was thinking the dude with the forklift or bulldozer or whatever.
Oh, yeah, who's just insane for no reason. Just trying to kill you with the forklift.
Yeah, she was really going through some James Bond shit right there.
Yeah, it should be fine. Quick, pick up the drill.
What, so we can use it on it? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, she's going to accidentally kill a lot less civilians if she's dead.
You're ruining the Turkish Spider-Man empire. So.
You're ruining the Turkish Spider... Oh, man. Is it going to be like the new version of the Ottomans?
Yeah, man, it's going to be a Sultan Night.
They all wear those same little red hats, but they have spider webbing around them.
Like Corey and Martin made a good joke where they wish that something really unexpected would be the main villain in this next Spider-Verse movie, like the Turkish Spider-Man.
That'd be hilarious.
He's the main villain.
Those dudes are just like hanging out in pods?
Yeah.
That's a bit weird.
They're pod people.
What's the story behind that?
So it looks like Mallory Archer with that. Like a young Mallory Archer. Oh, I could actually totally see that.
Seriously, why do these dudes just live in those?
I mean, it's their home, man. Don't you want to go home?
Are you too good for your home? Answer me!
Well, again, Sage, in my home, I don't have to sleep standing up.
Well, they like it that way.
Does anybody like it that way?
They do.
I mean, are they horses?
Yeah. These are actually, they have human brains and robot
bronies.
bodies, but they actually have a horse brain.
Oh, they're like the inverse of bronies.
Yeah, they're horses that love people. I don't know what you call that, but they're big fans of people.
That'd actually be kind of awesome if they're like horse conventions where they all like, wander around with like, like human masks on and stuff.
That'd be creepy as shit.
Why does that never come up in BoJack Horseman?
I don't know. I don't watch BoJack. I've never really watched a lot of that.
I haven't watched that much of it either, but
Yeah, I never found it all that funny, to be honest. People
I never
love
got
that
in.
show.
I mean, I only saw like some of the first episode, but I couldn't get into it based on that.
Yeah, I don't know. The humor just didn't work for me.
Yeah, I ended up watching some of it because Sky watched some of it, so.
Fair enough.
Does
I mean,
Sky like it a lot?
not to disparage it for the people that
Yeah.
like it. It's just not my thing.
Yeah, she enjoyed it.
Good.
Same with like Bob's Burgers. I've heard a lot of people like that, but
I
I just
don't like
never,
Bob's Burgers.
never been able to get into it.
I tried watching it once and I was like, nope.
My girlfriend likes it. There are some episodes I've seen I like, but on the whole, it's not my favorite.
Oh god, my Are They Horses just made me realize where the whole rooms for the horse slaves and sorry to bother
yeah.
you have them standing up. Yep.
That's true.
Yes, they do. Yep. God, that's a great movie.
That is a good movie.
That actually is one of my favorite movies, like, ever.
Yes, absolutely.
You left me hanging, right?
I mean, she did just get a drill through her arm, Spidey. You could show a little bit more fucking restraint.
He wants a high five, and he needs it right now.
She can't even lift her arm.
We have medical records in here.
Yeah, mostly about that.
She does look like Archer's mom, like a young
yeah.
version of Archer's mom. I'm not going to be able to not think about that now.
Yeah, Archer's just part of the MCU now. Fucking hell, Spidey.
I solemnly swear to do whatever you tell me to.
I will call soon.
Hey, she gave him the high five.
Nice.
It would have been funny if she just like slapped him in the face.
But yeah,
What was that?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
he's a perv Peter Parker. Pervy Peter Parker. That's what they used to call him in high school. Or Sneaky Pete. Yeah.
Pervy Pete? I mean, that's better than Tasty
Pete.
Pop.
Yeah.
You think that's what they used to call him in high school?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a high school nickname. That's why that's why he got stuck with it.
What's a Kuro?
A what?
A churro?
Yeah, it's a Kuro.
Oh, I thought you were trying to say
A churro does
for a
have an
minute.
H in it, so I don't know what that is.
Oh.
Maybe it's like a budget like churro. Where they like forgot parts of it.
They forgot part of my. Oh shit! They brought me a half a churro.
Okay, this unicorn villain actually sounds like they have some pretty serious, almost like Americans type storyline where they were a defected Soviet agent and they've got a big spy story. So there's not as much funny about them being called unicorn as I would have thought. Or
It
hoped.
would have been better if they were actually a unicorn.
Yeah,
A unicorn that was somehow a double agent.
yeah, it had a crime family. That'd be awesome.
That's my specialty. So tell me, give me some more specifics about how you're feeling. Guess you could say I put a lot of pressure on myself. I like to be the best. Plus, I have a very
It'd be funny if you could like try to like get down and like, you know, see if you could fill up that marking where that guy died.
because if any of this gets out,
Just, you know, get an idea for like, you know, how tall that dude is, if his arms are longer than yours, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay, so I'll do this villain, Porcupine.
Wow, that looks like shit.
Says there's a villain, the
Yeah.
Porcupine. We're gonna read about him now. His name's Alexander Gentry. He
Okay.
was originally a scientist who worked as a weapons designer for the Army in the United States.
Porcupines often do.
He
Right.
conceived the idea of
That's the
designing
thing.
a battle suit to honor his favorite animal, the porcupine.
Okay.
It would be covered with quill-like projections for defense.
Quill-like projections.
Moreover, it would be able to shoot its quills or gases or flames and chemicals and paralysis
porcupines don't do any of those.
bullets or weapons from quill-like tubes at an opponent.
So does he ever like sit down and then like accidentally like gas himself?
I thought you were going to say, has he ever actually sat down and looked at a porcupine?
Oh, that too.
Gentry spends months working overtime to create his porcupine battle suit.
And then he was immediately fired
He is proud of his achievement. When his suit was finished,
because he has accomplished literally nothing else. Oh no,
Gotta head out, no name. Alright, well, thank you for hanging out for a bit. I hope you have a good rest of your day, man.
and believes his invention is worth a fortune. He believes it's worth a fortune. Yet Gentry also believes that the government would pay him, one of its employees, virtually nothing for his creation.
Well, he's right about that.
Yeah, definitely fits.
I'll give him that.
Angrily, Gentry decides to keep the porcupine suit and use it to become wealthy through crime.
Why don't you just copyright it, dude?
Thus, Gentry became the porcupine, one of the first costumed professional criminals of his generation.
Porcupine suit is just a coat with a bunch of penguins' umbrellas on the back.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Why do they always turn to supervillainy when there's so much easier options?
After Pym had assumed his superhuman powers and identity of Giant Man, Porcupine returns for revenge. During the resulting battle, the Porcupine consumes what he thinks is a Giant Man growth medium. What? But which instead shrinks him to microscopic or size. But what it actually means is he was shrank down to the size of an actual porcupine at some point.
Like a bunch of actual porcupines like beat him up for cultural appropriation.
Now that would be a very 21st century storyline too. Eventually, however, the capsule's effects wore off, and then he was assembled by Dr. Doom to disrupt the wedding of Reed Richards and Sue Storm.
Did he tear them apart?
Yeah, their wedding, Doom did assemble a bunch of villains to, fuck up their wedding.
I thought you meant assemble a single person, which you don't use that verb for.
Right. But it is weird that was one of the top villains Dr. Doom went to.
I feel like he was trying to call someone else, but no one was returning his calls. He was like,
the porcupine.
I don't want to call this guy. I haven't called him in years.
Yeah, he doesn't know what porcupines look like and shit.
I once showed him a fucking porcupine. He got the hedgehog, and I was like, dude, get out of there. Get out of my house.
Hey, Adam, what's up, dude?
Hey.
How you doing?
We're talking about porcupines right now.
Yeah, we're talking about porcupines, man.
And, the supervillain who's not a porcupine.
Yeah, or calls himself
He's got
one.
porcupine-like projections.
His self-confidence.
Quill-like projections.
If porcupine-like projections would be like he's shooting porcupines out of his
and that sounds fun. That sounds way fun.
And at a certain point, he shrank down to the size of an actual porcupine, and he walks around like a porcupine for a while.
Does he hang out in dumpsters or something?
Yeah, his new favorite place is to be in a dumpster.
His self-confidence still shaken by his failures, the porcupine accepts the invitation of Count Nefaria and a powerful figure in the Magia to join his costumed agents. Among Nefaria's agents are Plant Man, Eel, the Unicorn, and Scarecrow, all of whom the porcupine would ally himself with in the future as well.
Now, I'm sorry, is this Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Okay.
Well, I said Dr. Doom.
Oh, right, that's right, okay.
And
you're doing good, Adam? Good to hear.
Once again, the porcupine escapes being taken prisoner, and he blames the failure of the blackmail scheme on Nefaria. Gentry comes to suspect that, in fact, he himself was inadequate for the role of supervillain battling superhuman opponents.
He thought he was inadequate for everything.
It is not known what the porcupine did between the end of his venture and his enlistment as a member of Batroc's brigade.
Hey, got him, Dark Fade. How's Spider-Man going? It's going great. It's going great.
If we had
That's our first time chat too.
Yeah, I was about to ask if we've ever seen this person before.
Yeah, as a new follower. I met him for on another stream just the other day. But yeah, thanks for coming in and hanging out.
I hope you warned him.
Wait, what did you say?
He said, I hope I warned him. We do get into some pretty debaucherous and ridiculous conversations, especially when there's more than two of us.
Yeah, right now we're just finishing up the DLC and the Spider-Man remaster. But otherwise, I'm reading the Wikipedia on shitty Marvel supervillains.
Yeah, we just find really shitty characters and read their entire wiki biographies and make fun of them.
This is the Porcupine. And
also, Adam, as far as what's actually happening in the story right now, we are trying to stop a mob boss who turned himself into a cyborg. So,
as mob bosses do.
As mob bosses do. It was that story about the superhero conversation was interesting. We definitely, I think our conversations are definitely interesting.
Yeah,
I don't know
I'd say
what other words you'd use to describe them, but interesting, I do think fits.
Yeah. As a brigade member, the Porcupine unsuccessfully battles Captain America.
I wonder why.
Months later,
Pasty Pot Pete almost beat Captain America, so...
months later, after he gets out of the hospital...
months later...
I'm imagining just like Captain America putting him in like a full body cast. But he's still got the quills sticking out.
So he can't lay down all the way.
Like he's kind of like strapped, like hanging from like the hospital like ceiling.
That would be hilarious.
I like it. It basically just says months later he gets back out with a few other guys, goes to fight Captain America again, and gets defeated again.
We just goes right back into the hospital.
Same bed, same doctor.
Yep.
Doctor's just shaking
Same
his
full
head.
body cast.
It's like
Put the same. They reuse the cast.
It's like his form of prison. It's just like how long? Yeah, how long you been in the hospital bed, man?
Serving like fucking 18 to life in the ICU.
Daredevil beatdowns by Captain America. Pasty Pot Pete did beat Daredevil in a fight.
Yeah, and fight Captain America.
Does Daredevil ever fought Porcupine?
I haven't gotten there yet. If he has, I'm convinced that they are failures. Gentry and Leopold Strike, the original eel, seek guidance from the Celestial Mind Control movement. That sounds like Scientology. It's like L. Ron Hubbard. What should we do to be
I'd
cool?
actually enjoy a comic of like fucking the Porcupine versus L. Ron Hubbard. I suspect L. Ron Hubbard would win.
I mean, how much money does this Porcupine have?
That's a good point.
I mean, they kind of did that plot line in the second season of The Boys, like that Aquaman villain. He was kind of in this, like, cult.
Yeah, they totally did
Scientology type cult.
That was so funny.
Yeah. But it's secretly masterminded by the alien Nebula. It does sound like some L. Ron Hubbard stuff.
Nebula.
Is the Nebula led by Xenu?
Nebulon pits the porcupine and the eel against his... I was going to read that as feces for a minute. Against his foes.
It's a pit of feces? What?
The defenders who defeat them both. The porcupine is then employed by the android Zodiac to participate in a crime
What does that
spree.
mean?
Because it turns out the Zodiac serial killer in Marvel Comics actually turns out to be an android. Yeah.
Okay, I thought it would have been better if it was a Zodiac of androids. Like you'd have like the chick, you'd have like the sheep and like the dragon and the tiger and the androids.
That would be kind of cool, actually, too.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I know this doesn't make any sense. I don't know what the fuck.
I like the okay we're getting here. Porcupine is
I
then
told you it gets weird in
employed.
here.
Later, the porcupine and a small group of Confederates invade.
Confederates?
What?
Like Civil War Confederates?
Wait,
Or?
this is awesome. This is the scale of their plan. They're enlisted to invade a major Manhattan hotel to steal its valuables in its safe. A safe from a hotel.
So the serial killer the serial killer, the Zodiac killer, who turned out to be a robot, teamed up with Confederate soldiers to steal
And the porcupine.
And a porcupine, a supervillain porcupine, to steal the contents of a safe in a hotel.
Yeah.
Rather than like, just bribe a hotel employee.
That is some nonsense comic book shit if I've ever heard it.
The porcupine then goes rogue and decides to rob the wealthy attendees at a fashion show in one of the hotel's ballrooms. And they're like, you're fucking it up, porcupine.
That's on the prize, porcupine. Like that's
on the prize, porcupine.
This is basically turned into an Ocean's 11 movie.
Yeah, this is like Money Plan.
I can't wait. This should be enacted in some kind of like
Deadpool.
Okay.
That
would
belongs in a
awesome.
Deadpool movie.
That would work.
The show is being given by... this is awesome. Only these fuck-up supervillains could achieve this amount of just failure, is that the fashion
show... some low-level criminal shit.
Yeah, you're getting away with the Zodiac killing.
Now he's robbing hotels.
Dude, this fashion show that they infiltrate just happens to be put on by the superhero fashion designer Janet Van Dyne. So she just the superhero just happens to be there too. Wow. And they're like, fuck, why is it every fashion show we go
they can't even deal with her?
No, they're gonna get their asses in.
Also, how the fuck did that dude miss that fucking plane? It couldn't.
I don't know.
You have a fucking flamethrower arm and you don't know how to use it.
Yeah, that's definitely Deadpool. So that's absolutely some Deadpool shit.
That's the only place that could work.
That is also, or like Ant-Man in the Ant-Man comic, they had some, yeah. But I'm just saying, but there were two superheroes hanging out with her too at her fashion event, so they all just got their asses handed to them within a minute of this plan.
Wow.
The porcupine next turns up as one of the largest assemblages of costume criminals organized by the original versions of Libra and Sagittarius of the android Zodiac. This time, the porcupine is defeated by the Hellcat, so you might not be far off with this other Zodiac stuff you had going on. By the Hellcat during a battle between a number of the criminals and a group of adventurers, the defenders. The porcupine goes to prison, but is soon released and
back to the hospital.
Back to the hospital, and agrees to provide Hammer with half the proceeds from his criminal activity. Wait, doesn't Hammer have a lot of money?
Well, I mean, obviously, the porcupine's not wearing the pants for this relationship. So.
No, God, no.
Like after all these hospital bills, how much money could Porcupine?
Oh, he was bankrupt.
Well, that would actually be the joke, is if Hammer has this. I mean, whatever this fucking dude's name is. If he's just, like, oh, you're gonna give me all your shit, and then Porcupine's like, all right, hey, you can have half my debt.
Half my debt.
Yeah, take half my medical debt.
That's probably why Porcupine, whenever he gets hired for these big criminal operations, feels he has to do a little side piece thing on the, and on the side get some money that's just 100% his, because he's like, dude, I'm living like on the fucking, living in a tent right now, dude. I'm living like an actual porcupine right now.
Does he not like that though?
I don't know. But the porcupine is among the small army of costume criminals that later turned up at Hammer's enormous houseboat headquarters. So I guess his headquarters are on a yacht. And then,
okay.
So he is all wrong.
Damn son, the hospital bill's gonna be $500 million from how many people?
So what was this?
Okay.
It sounds like some old.
It's Wikipedia, so it never lists like years. So if I had to guess by this, I'd guess around the 70s.
Okay, well, hospital bills were cheaper back then.
Okay, fair enough.
You can spend more time in the ICU.
Yeah.
But the house is going to stop.
But anyway, the porcupine, he gets fired by Hammer after that, after he fails to defend his yacht.
So he lost even that job.
Yeah.
He got no income.
This guy, I feel bad for this guy.
Yeah, he's really, honestly, kind of sympathetic.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Hammerhead. They've been shooting you in the face now, which is a good plan. And your solution is to put armor on everything except your face.
Oh, this is awesome. This is how fucking dumb the fucking porcupine is. Tired after his long string of defeats.
But now no way in hell that shit's happening.
Gentry decides to give up his career as a criminal and live off the millions of dollars he expects to receive by selling off his porcupine suit.
And then nobody buys it.
Gentry totally redesigns his porcupine battle suit, making it far deadlier than before.
I don't think it was deadly at all. I mean, you can multiply it, by 0 you want, and it'll still be 0.
The healthcare probably don't want to spend for his shit no more. Yeah, probably.
Blow him out of the hospital like a fucking drunk at past 2 a.m.
Yeah, he's literally like fucking hospital security guards just fucking...
This sounds bad. Wait. He enters into negotiations.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Here? Did you glitch through it?
I think the game...
Oh, you clipped, man, you clipped.
I think I clipped through the building.
That's beautiful.
Is this Hammer's yacht you're on right now?
No, this is...
Like a helicarrier type thing, or is this
like
just
It's Sable's boat.
Oh,
yeah, it's like she's got it's got a landing pad on it.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
shit, I totally glitched into this like interior here.
Oh damn, you're never getting out, dude.
I can still kick guys. If you kick enough of them, you'll release. Come on, Hammerhead, help me out here.
Shit, alright,
you might not be able to defeat this glitch.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to restart the checkpoint.
Alright.
Oh, that's some bullshit, but whatever.
Alright, then he enters into negotiations with the subversive organization, the Secret Empire, to sell them his suit. It sounds like he's getting into some white power shit to sell his fucking
that's kind of scary. Now. That's kind of scary. This is the first. Oh yeah, I've never had a glitch in this game like ever before. So that was super weird.
There was you did drive through that one car earlier. That was like one other glitch I saw.
I guess that was
not like a game break.
Yeah, it's like something that could happen in the background and kind of not affect the game, whereas like that actually like impeded progress.
The Empire requests proof of the battle suit. It's like so.
Now I'm envisioning the Star Wars Empire.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Okay. Well, I do also like the idea of even this like redneck, militant group or whatever being like, so does the porcupine suit actually work? Questioning him on it. So Gentry attempts to prove it in battle against Captain America. Why does he keep going after Captain America?
Dude, the guy keeps taking you out.
He's got something to prove in this moment.
Captain America and his ally Nomad
just keeps going down and down and down.
Captain America and his ally Nomad hand him his ass, and Gentry is returned to.
Did it actually say that?
No, it doesn't. I threw that one. In prison, Gentry vows never to be defeated again. Like he gave up being a criminal like a minute ago, and then he's like, Captain America kicked my ass for the 15th time. I need to be a criminal again.
And then he immediately got defeated again.
And to ensure that he decides to never to be put on the porcupine suit again, Gentry is soon released from prison under unknown circumstances, and he sets about once more.
Kicked out.
Yeah, they threw him out of the prison like they threw him out of the hospital.
You're too late for prison, motherfucker. Get out of
here. Yeah, you're not cool enough to be here.
Holding you here isn't worth the taxpayer dollars it costs.
And he sets about once more to try to sell the suit. This guy doesn't fucking give up. He fails to find any serious buyers.
Crash the plane. Come on, kamikaze him. Come on, bonsai.
No, I think that's actually what she's doing.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. You dead now, dude.
9/11, that motherfucker.
Hell yeah, you did. Oh, his ass was so 9/11.
Then I ain't no criminal no more. You a cakewalk now for Captain America. Bitch, watch the punchlines. I like it when you just turned into the roast of this kid.
That's what I like doing with this.
Oh shit, he survived 9/11. We didn't melt the steel beam.
Well, can't melt steel beam.
It's true. But it can electrocute him.
Also, like, isn't it? It's crazy to me that like Hammerhead of all villains is the one that ended up needing like that
to get 9/11.
Yeah,
that's true.
I like the idea of using 9/11 as a verb. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, that's always been my favorite thing.
Right. We have a war to fight.
What are you so pissy about? You got like 12 more planes in your hangar.
Dude, I think they know how much
She's just always angry.
I think at least Marvel is self-aware how much this villain sucks, because in this other event, he was knocked aside by a thrown printer and hit by a...
He got knocked out by a printer and he keeps picking fights with Captain America.
He would beat Xerox in a fight.
I understand humor can be subjective.
Thank you, Spider-Man.
You non-funny ass Spider-Man. Get
Yeah, she's just like, I never thought you were funny.
Yeah.
I don't do hugs.
She immediately shut him down.
I mean, I would.
I mean, it's the nicest she's been.
Yeah, she hasn't tried to kill you today.
I'd swim, but it takes forever to get the river smell out of my suit.
Maybe indirectly, but you know. That's something.
Gentry then tries to sell the suit to AIM, Hydra, the Kingpin, the Maggia,
and
finally to the Serpent Society, but almost no one wants it.
No surprise.
In memory of Stanley.
Nice. Yep.
Spidey gets. Yeah, that's true. Spidey does.
Hell yeah.
Spidey fucks.
Yeah, I mean,
in comic book Spider-Man, at least. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, it seems like he's got 3 women after him in just this one game.
He's gotten passed around, Spider-Man.
I mean, he's gotten passed around. Well, I mean, you've got Felicia Hardy, Betty Brant. Felicia Hardy, Betty Brant, Mary Jane, Gwen Stacy.
I think Silver Sable.
Liz Allen, Silver Sable. I mean, he's not as much of a horror as Daredevil.
Yeah.
Daredevil is kind of the ultimate horror.
Matt Murdock
is. Superheroes have super STDs.
Yeah,
that's a great. Well, we have super chlamydia in real life.
Yeah,
right. So
Matt has mentored him in his horror ways. I would think at least a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
But Is this the end of the DLC?
Yeah, we just finished it.
Let me finish the Porcupine wiki, and then we'll.
Well, we could. We'll do some. We'll all find.
What's that other side mission you want?
The Tombstone one. Yeah, we'll go back to the main game and we'll do that Tombstone side mission.
And then we'll.
Pizzas?
Not that. No. Oh, and then here's the little fun.
Tombstone, Arizona?
No, not that. Not that.
He's got a bit of the Civil War mask.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah, a little bit, actually. And then this is your little teaser for the Miles game.
Cool.
And then...
I just hope Miles gets more T-shirts in the future.
More T-shirts. Yeah, that's true. They didn't want to program any more T-shirts.
T-shirts are hard to program, man.
Are they?
It's the hardest thing about the game.
I've heard doors are a pain in the ass to program.
Yeah.
And the few offers he does receive for it are insultingly low. Dude, this guy's got way
like,
too...
yeah, I'll give you $5 and you go fuck yourself.
I got some old pennies and some dryer lint. Is that good?
For a villain called the Porcupine, this guy's got way too much pride.
He does.
Despairing, Gentry comes up with the idea of selling the suit to the Avengers.
Why would they want it?
To prevent it from falling into the wrong into criminal hands.
Okay, for real though, he could actually make a lot of money. He could make a lot of money if he just becomes a furry. Just sell it to furries.
Start an OnlyFans as a furry.
Hold on though. Are you telling me he hasn't been a furry this entire time?
That's a good question.
Technically he is a furry.
Yeah, he's been wearing this porcupine costume.
Like, is a furry just someone who wears the animal costume?
Although, to be honest,
he's like a specific state of mind.
To be honest, Sage,
that's fair.
He's kind of a self-hating furry because he's been trying to ditch this identity for a long time.
Yeah, that's a good point. This character just got deep.
But it clings to him like a porcupine's quills, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
He feels trapped by those quills. He wants to get rid of them, but he doesn't know how much they'll poke if he does.
The next sentence after that, what I read about selling it to the Avengers, it says Captain America is intrigued.
Why?
Because he wants to burn it.
When Gentry mentions he contracted the Serpent Society, whom Captain America has been trying to bring to justice.
The Serpent Society is actually a bunch of snake-themed villains that have been in the comics. And in fact, what's actually really funny is that when what was it? Right after Age of Ultron or around Age of Ultron, they did this big press conference. They announced all the movies up through Infinity War and Endgame, and it was like Infinity War Part 1 and 2. Yeah. But the Captain America Civil War...
One of them was called the Serpent.
It was Captain America Serpent Society, right? That was the first movie they revealed. And then at the end of the press conference, they were like, just kidding, we're doing a Civil War movie, and then they changed the logo. But they actually did a fake out and pretended they were making a Serpent Society
it's probably
movie.
a good thing, because when I hear Serpent Society, I just envision like some...
Snake jazz.
No, I envision like some fucking terrible fucking internet forum for like people who own snakes.
Oh yeah, that is kind of what I think of too.
Oh, listen to this Jay Jonah podcast. That's a good point.
What's he building?
He's a good podcaster because he gets right to the point, James.
That's true.
Is that a reference to a Tom Waits song?
It could be. It could be. Get that pizza.
I do like this interplay between Captain America and the Porcupine because Captain America agrees to have the Avengers buy the suit if Gentry helps get him access to the Serpent Society.
Okay.
Gentry accepts Captain America's terms. Captain America's plan is for Gentry to pretend to have captured him and offer the Serpent Society the opportunity to kill him.
Nobody's going to fall for that.
Yeah, Captain America should have been a little more insightful at this point. Gentry contacts...
That dude's dead.
Yeah.
Gentry contacts the Society and rearranges to have some of their members meet him at a lower Manhattan construction site. When the trap is sprung in the ensuing melee, Gentry trips and inadvertently impales himself fatally on one of his own quills.
Oh my god, is that how he dies?
Suit. He impales himself on his suit.
So he dies?
Yeah.
Is that the end of that character?
It's very profoundly poetic because it's a furry.
He's playing his own petard.
A furry killed by his own furry lifestyle.
Yeah, his own person. Literally his own person.
That's kind of awesome.
Wow. That's an amazing.
If that's not the moral they should be teaching in the furry Bible or whatever.
told about his
furry
personal-
Bible.
Furry Bible? Was he furry Jesus? Is he going to be crucified by his
Oh,
own
shit.
quill?
He'd be crucified with them.
And the day
that's
the
amazing.
porcupine died for his sins. Captain America has Gantry buried in a grave reserved by the Avengers for those who have fallen in battle. He got him a warrior's grave.
Oh, shit.
Captain America paid for that.
That guy's just like walking past him.
Yeah. What kind of crack was that dude just snorting?
So Tombstone's villain is that he's got like concrete like skin that's like unbreakable, right?
Okay.
It's like this crazy. So like this guy, he's like I can't hit them. Like these, so they found a way to like take like Tombstone's power as like his whole gang has found a way to like basically turn into like his power temporarily as like a drug.
Then he put
Like cocaine, though.
he puts the battle suit on exhibit in the Avengers Mansion, labeled "Battle Armor of the Porcupine, Honored Foe of the Avengers." So by the end,
driving up in motorcycles.
Captain America had mad respect for the supervillain.
I think he just felt bad after beating him up so many times.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it seemed like it was more of a pity fight. It's like a pity fuck, but
Yeah.
a pity fight.
It's like, I put this dude in the ICU like five
I
times.
made him spend
couldn't even walk.
half his life in the hospital. So, yeah.
Yeah, Captain America made him weaken the knees.
God.
And I heard the nurses had to help him pee every day for like, a month.
Okay, then this little detail is weird. Porcupine pops up again as one of the character witnesses for Trapster's...
Wait, I thought he's dead.
Well, just wait for Trapster's lawsuit against Tinkerer. During the in-court brawl,
Wait, what?
She-Hulk notices Porcupine and reminds him that he is supposed to be dead. Realizing She-Hulk is right, Porcupine just drops dead right there.
What?
That's Looney Tunes shit.
Well, to be fair, She-Hulk did the fourth wall breaking comedy thing before Deadpool even, so it does kind of fit into like She-Hulk comics specifically.
Then Roger Gawking is the second man to put on the Porcupine suit. What's that?
Does he stop and gawk a lot?
Yeah, he's a person who's used it in the Daughters of the Dragon comic, and
Snort it.
Porcupine and other villains
Read
are
it
attacked
in.
by Colleen Wing and Misty Knight.
I think you see drugs and just like, do it, do it, do it.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like that fucking anti-drug campaign they did back in the 90s where it was they gave those little pencils to kids that said, like, don't do drugs, but they hadn't thought that kids would actually use the pencils and would sharpen them over time. And so eventually the pencils just said, do drugs.
Right, I remember those.
Actually, it was even better than that because it was too cool to do drugs. And so as they sharpened it, it became cool to do drugs and then just do drugs.
That's awesome.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
Porcupine is quickly felled and thrown into Dr. Bong.
Dr. Bong?
Oh, yeah, this is one
yeah,
we've
you
read
don't know
about
about that one,
before.
do you?
Wait, do I have to tell about Dr. Bong?
We might have to talk about it a little bit.
All right.
We might have to talk about Dr. Bong.
Does
just
he have a
little bit.
bong?
He has a bong for a head.
He has literally a bong for a head.
Is he a marijuana-themed villain?
Dr. Bong.
I mean, he kinda, like, to a degree.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I'm satisfied then. I don't really have any other questions.
Okay, fair enough. All right. During the Civil War events, let's see. I'm going to see if there's any other, like, real funny bits about the porcupine, but I liked what I read about the first porcupine, so...
Why would there be a second porcupine? Who would look at Porcupine's
Cypress
stunning
Hills became
career?
a Marvel villain. Okay.
That's good. But, like, who would look at the glorious career of the porcupine and go, I want to continue this legacy?
Roger Grocking, you know.
Roger Grocking, I guess.
If my name was Grocking, I guess.
Well, he's too busy grocking. So.
Yeah.
He's still on Porcupine. Yes, we are.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah,
We're about to start talking about the second
yeah,
porcupine.
the second
no
porcupine, Roger
Second coming
Grocking.
of
name. Oh,
Porcupine.
well, we have to tell No Name how he died, though, real quick.
Oh, that's
Oh,
the point.
did
He
you-
literally slipped and got
Oh.
impaled by one of his own porcupine quills on his back.
Yeah, he was a furry, killed by his own furry lifestyle, and impaled by his own porcupine suit. And then Captain America felt so bad for him that he like made basically a ceremonial like statue with his suit for him in the Avengers Mansion.
What kind of idiot makes a suit full of spikes that's not, like, spike-proof?
I know, right?
This will be a picture of Sarnak.
What's this?
That's a weird looking character.
He's just like a blue.
He looks cooler than Porcupine.
Huh. It's not really coming through there.
I always have to turn the brightness down for it to work. Sarnak, I guess.
Is he like Karnak?
Well, he's not old and fucking all the time, so.
Wrinkly like his penis.
Wrinkly old Karnak.
Yeah.
Yeah, some fucking like 90-year-old dude, just fucking 30-year-old woman.
Oh, there's a third person who's been the Porcupine too.
He's Sarnak is a werewolf by night villain.
He doesn't look like a werewolf.
No, werewolf by night villain.
Are there werewolves by day?
Yeah, you gotta have the spines only go one way. That's true.
I mean, there might be.
I mean, it just seems weird to specify that you're a werewolf by night. I mean,
Well, I don't know.
You know, those werewolves in Twilight could be werewolves at day.
Yeah, but
those
they're
are
not
skinwalkers.
Exactly.
Oh, that's true. But they call them werewolves.
They do because they're stupid.
Yeah.
Because those movies are shit. That's why.
And there was a third guy named Billy Bates who was also the Porcupine.
Billy Bates?
Yeah.
Billy Bates, huh? That's an unfortunate name.
Yeah.
There's a poem in there somewhere.
You know better than me.
See, Tombstone would be another great villain for one of the up next Spider-Man movies because you could actually do like a
Pirating
sound
album.
engineer that got pirating
true?
album that became a
Wow.
villain.
That's actually amazing.
More like
Porcupine.
That's
Hey, Tim.
accurate as fuck.
How you doing, Tim?
I like that.
Damn, we got a lot of people in here.
Yeah, it's crowded.
Crowded as Sage's butthole.
Okay. I'm not the one fucking gnomes, okay? Alex isn't here.
Billy Bates was a relatively normal teenager before manifesting his powers. Billy inadvertently killed a group of human patrons at Cafe des Artistes.
As opposed to non-human patrons?
Does
Does this cafe also serve like...
Porcupine.
Yeah.
exactly. But at Cafe des Artisans, who were harassing the mutant waitress Sylvie, on whom he had a crush. He took her hostage, which led to a police standoff. Rather than allow the situation to become a catalyst for the anti-mutant strife in Mutant Town, and because of one of Billy's victims was one of the leaders of the Louisiana chapter of Purify.
Downtown to Mutant Town. Hi, folks, I'm doing well considering Noah kept his bees in his... Wait, what?
What?
Kept his bees in his archives. How is everyone?
Oh, that's bad.
See, Tim loves puns.
I didn't even get that pun.
Yeah, make more puns, Tim.
Yeah,
Michael hates
Please,
them.
no.
We need all the
In
puns.
fact, Tim,
Every
you and
pun
Mike,
you have.
Tim, you and Michael should do a stream where it's just you two.
Oh, yeah, I was
Tim,
just feeding you puns
it's
until
just
you
Tim
had
making puns.
Please, no.
Someone bought me a pun a day calendar.
Ooh.
No.
Oh,
Are
man,
you
we should get that
serious?
for Michael.
Hell
You
yeah.
burn that right now. Alexei Vazin hired Shashanka Pupova.
What? As they should. Hey, honey. Oh, you watching too?
to assassinate Billy Bates. Vazin then paid Sylvie and her father off to keep them quiet about the incident. While he officially never took the name Porcupine, Billy intended to use it as his superhero name.
Why were people trying to kill him if all he did was just take some chick hostage?
Well, it seemed like there's a lot going on.
Literally the best gift you can receive. I think, Michael, I think we have to start buying you pun books. And
We
stuff.
should.
No.
If
That's
you think
gonna
you're
be your
rich, you
nose.
might get caught with your pants around your ankles. That's just a
Blending
blending
of
of
idioms.
idioms.
Not a pun. See, now that's funny because it's an idiom.
Yeah, exactly.
Or a blending, as you say.
I mean, jokes that tried too hard to be jokes sometimes just aren't funny to me, but you know.
Did you just get fucking socked in the face by a welder?
As you should be. Yeah, I think so. Well, and it actually cut him because we like developed basically something that would depower him.
Ooh.
So now his skin is no longer unbreakable. So
Well, I
we
guess
can
he's
fight
dead.
him now.
Counter-drug worked. Time to take him down.
I mean, it's still tough. It's not normal human like yet, or even it's just
Right,
not
but I
as
mean, if
tough as
that
it was
saw,
before.
like, fucking, like, cut his skin, just imagine what our other attacks are going to do to him.
Right, well, we do like to murder people.
Yeah.
It really makes no sense to specify werewolf by night, else the time between full moons is almost never shown. So he's just
Normal werewolf.
just a normal dude 27 days out of the month.
Okay.
Yeah, so, like, all this dude did is he took some chick hostage who I guess
Yeah.
was later became his girlfriend. So I don't know how that works, but
I don't like the message that's sending
yeah.
out.
The only other fact I'll bring up about the porcupine related is that the second porcupine is the nanny of Spider-Woman's
Fran Drescher?
baby. He becomes a male nanny of Spider-Woman's baby.
Oh, like Jessica Drew Spider-Woman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that Roger Grocken
Did
guy.
she only have a kid and like relatively recently?
Yeah, so this would have been
this
a
character
reset.
is still sticking around.
Yeah.
Werewolf stories are boring 27 out of 28 days of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's called Stockholm Syndrome. It is, yeah.
I guess I can see how this guy might be a villain, then.
Yeah. This is the second one. Or no, that was the third guy.
Oh, that's the third porcupine.
That was the third porcupine.
Jesus Christ,
Billy
how many
Bates.
porcupines are there?
Three. There are three porcupines.
That's it?
In the Marvel
We're sure
universe.
now they're not
Yes.
more.
No,
All
as
right,
far as
Not
I'm
30.
And
not
then
30.
the third one only aspires to become the next porcupine.
Oh,
He hasn't
okay.
officially become
So
wait.
the third one's just a creepy rapist, essentially, is what you're telling me?
it. He's a mutant, and
And a creepy rapist?
I guess.
Wait, is this still the Billy Bates dude, or is this a different?
Yeah, the Billy Bates
Okay.
dude.
Oh, okay. Well, he's baiting up a storm.
He's the one that was at Cafe des Artisans.
Ah,
I'm just like, what
as
is
many
he?
as you need.
What has he done between accidentally killing someone, kidnapping someone, and then everybody, like the entire world, is putting out hits on him? Like, there must be some steps in between that.
Okay, let me reread it. Rather than allow the situation to become a catalyst for anti-mutant strife in Mutant Town, because one of Billy's victims was one of the leaders of the Louisiana chapter of Purify, which I'm guessing is like some religious anti-mutant thing.
Sounds like it.
Alexei Vazin hired Shashenka Poops a lot to assassinate
Shashenka Poops a lot.
to assassinate Billy
Shakes your
Bates.
poop tube.
I just can't pronounce that last name. And to assassinate Billy Bates. And then Vazin paid Sylvie and her father off to keep them quiet about the incident. So some like Russian mob got involved too. It's
right.
something. I don't know.
Tim said, I'd watch a werewolf show where the detective is the werewolf and he has to both solve the murders he committed with
That
no
would
memory of them
be
and then cover them up.
Fable's The Wolf Among Us. That's kind of is the closest to that.
Close
he's
to
a
it. It's not
private eye.
quite the level of parody, though. I
Oh
think
wait,
he's
what was
probably
the full
thinking.
rest of it?
Well, then he has to investigate his own werewolf killings, but then also cover them up from the police.
That actually is a cool storyline. Actually.
I didn't know Tombstone was also... Oh, yeah, no, Tombstone is... He was a side mission, not so much a main game thing.
He's another one of our side pieces.
And then there's one backpack left in the game to collect, and then the same
it
vein
would
of
be like
comedy as
iZombie.
iZombie. Yeah, I could see
Okay,
that
that'd
being
be cool.
funny. And then there's not really much else in the way of like content to play for the stream.
Yeah. Oh, so we did it. We
I
read
think
the
we're kinda done.
Porcupine Wiki.
That's what the purpose of this was.
Well, I guess that fits. Well, we got one more JJ podcast to listen to,
Oh,
too.
I love his podcast.
The question I have posed for many years. Spider-Man, threat or menace?
You've always said menace, though.
Yeah.
I'm taking a position, and that position is he's both. Sometimes he's a threatening menace. Sometimes he's a menacing threat. But come on, how can you menace someone without also being a threat?
El Toro, bro. We
Hey.
got tons of people in here.
Oh,
El Toro, bro. How you doing
I feel
today?
bad that we're only wrapping up.
Yeah, we're just about to end, unfortunately, but I appreciate you stopping in. Thank you. How are you today? Happy Saturday.
Like it, I'll tell you where you can shove that device.
Yeah.
The intern is telling me it's time for my pills.
That seems like a Raimi Spider-Man kind of callback.
Oh, well, that's one of the best moments in all of Spider-Man
Oh,
3 is when Betty
yeah.
Brant
Oh,
keeps
yeah, yeah,
shocking
yeah.
him, or chalking the table, or hitting the alarm or whatever when he's
So
taking
it's
his pills.
just freaking him the fuck out.
Wait, what happens to Billy Bates though? They finally kill him and like save his like hostage girlfriend.
Doing all right, glad I could pop in. Yeah,
So,
awesome. I
Billy
appreciate it,
Bates,
dude.
Does he also fall on his own porcupine quill?
I don't know.
Does Sylvie kill him?
It
That'd be great.
basically ends on the ominous note of the Russian mob paying her and her father off to keep quiet.
Oh, so like it made they just killed him.
And then Billy wants to be a superhero after that.
Oh.
All right.
So they just didn't do anything with that, which,
Yeah.
understandable. It's a terrible storyline.
The issue of Werewolf by Night,
Not
the
bad.
villains kidnapping the werewolf to try to scare consumers out of apathy and into buying things again to boost the economy somehow. Wait, that's what the villains of Werewolf by Night are trying to do? Just restart the economy?
Huh.
That
That's
is
a weird-
sophisticated
They're kidnapping
werewolf
werewolves
plot.
to restart the economy? What? Is that what?
That sounds like something Joe Biden would.
But before we go, can I talk about this terrible vampire show I saw on the Travel Channel the other
Here,
day?
there's one more side mission we can do.
Okay.
There's one more side mission we can do. We'll go for
I've been telling Sage that on the Travel Channel they do nothing but paranormal, like ghost adventures type programming now. It's all they do on the Travel Channel. They don't talk about traveling anywhere now.
They just, it's just like the Learning Channel became about Honey Boo Boo and the History Channel became about ancient aliens.
And Nazis.
Yeah, well, I don't even think they do that anymore.
Yeah, it's mostly just aliens.
If they're part of ancient
If they're aliens.
Yeah, there was a period of time where the History Channel was about sharks and Nazis, and then it became about aliens.
Yeah, true. But so in this, it was like one of their worst shows I've seen. But it was Vampires in America, and this episode was about vampires in Arizona. So the show's called Vampires in America. The episode was titled Vampires in Arizona, and it's these two really old guys, both like at least 60. One of them's German. He said he first encountered vampires at a German disco.
What Tim said. Werewolves are a vital part of economic stimulus.
We should, in the next stimulus package, we should each get a werewolf.
Yeah, I think that would help.
But the one German guy says that he first encountered vampires as a young man at a German disco in the 70s or whatever.
All I'm saying is these people supposedly believe that they're actually talking to spirits who have been trapped for years and years and who are begging to be freed and saying they're depressed, like on the ESP shit, and then they're like, wild, anyway, let's go. Oh, for the ghost shows?
Oh,
like they're like, oh, these poor spirits, but then they're like doing it as like a vacation spot.
Yeah, right.
That's true.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, I guess that's where the travel component of it comes in. But yeah, so it's like these two dudes in the middle of the night, they go into like this cave system in Arizona. I mean, Arizona's got a bunch of cave systems.
Right.
They go into it, they find a bunch of like scented candles from Target.
What?
And they start thinking they start thinking like we're on the trail. They like
these ghosts that shop at Target.
They're vampires. So they're
vampires that shop at Target.
Because they're like
it's open during
vampires shop at Walmart. Let's be real.
He said something like vampires use candles because they're afraid of the dark or whatever. You know.
Half of us get the werewolf serum, half. Oh, so hello, Buttered Toast. Half of us get the werewolf serum, half get a werewolf mutagen, half of them duke it up for what society comes next, either badass werewolf hunters or werewolves. All right.
I mean, that's better than Democrats and Republicans.
God, I'll take anything.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll take werewolves and werewolf hunters over that.
But these two guys, they find a fucking a calculus textbook in there too, and they're like, oh my god, the vampires are eating these kids in these caves, where it's not much more likely that some teenagers bought some candles from Target to go into these caves and and there's a backpack in there to do some homework.
No, I'm not. I'm on the side of the story at this point. Teenagers don't do homework.
Yeah, it's got to be vampires.
I mean, I think maybe it was just they happened to have their calculus textbook in the
vampires. You mean?
The teenage kids that they say the vampires ate.
Could also be vampires.
Yeah, why not?
That's true, but they seem to have.
We know because of Twilight that teenage vampires go to high school forever.
Yeah.
So
the worst fate imaginable.
Yeah, I know, right? But that awful. My own personal hell.
But anyways, I hated the show because it's like they're doing it like documentary style.
But no, that is ridiculous.
They're doing it like documentary style, but they're shooting it like a TV show where there are like dramatic angles of these two old guys walking around all tough with machetes in the middle of the night, like they're really gonna do something against some vampires.
That is what tough old guys do.
This old German man who went to a disco in the 70s and saw vampires. But
oh wait, whoops. Wait, no, there's no blank ones in this one. No.
I feel like I'm 5 again watching this puzzle.
Feel like you are 5 again?
Yeah.
Did you do these kind of puzzles?
Yeah. Where I put the shape in the right hole.
Yeah, that's Spider-Man, get your chemical analysis shit together. No, it's got to be.
I didn't know chemical analysis was so easy. You know, that it's just like a bunch of
shapes.
Yeah.
We did when I was 5 in kindergarten.
Yeah, you did like a CSI.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the way the show CSI does CSI is like at a 5-year-old level, you know?
Oh, God,
of course it is. Well, I mean, the fact that...
all those cop shows are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the fact that they just have magical cameras that can do whatever they want.
Yeah, they can zoom in forever and never lose pixels.
Yeah. Pixels aren't really that important.
Oh, we got satellite feed of this dude from 1927. Enhanced. We need to see his face. Oh my God! It's a young Adolf Hitler.
Pinch and zoom. Pinch and zoom.
Pinch and zoom.
They should do a CSI Time Cop.
CSI Time Cop.
Yeah.
At this point, I've wanted them to go sci-fi for so long.
I mean,
and in a way, they
pixels
do.
aren't real. It's in a chemistry textbook, and had a passage about a Batman comic where he neutralizes an acid attack, and then the author goes off for like 3 paragraphs about how that's an exothermic reaction and how Batman has 2 types of burn, and we dilute with water. Batman can do anything.
I think he might have talked about that in that Neil Adams comic, Batman Odyssey.
That is the most ridiculous, like, fucking crazy Batman comic, so.
Yeah.
Come on, man, lay off. I told you everything. Going down on the roof. No lie. Right,
What the?
just you stay out of trouble.
But he's already in handcuffs. I think he didn't stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
Or maybe the police in the city are very dishonest. In which case, Spider-Man, what are you doing? You've got a problem to solve.
And he left the drugs. Seems like his intentions are good, even if his methods are nuts. This one will need painkillers for a few days, but
I mean,
He looks dead to me, but okay.
he looks less dead than some of the people Spider-Man fought.
That's true. Every time you kick a dude out of the window of the car,
Yeah.
take his shoes.
Do it.
Cop just casually has the gun drawn with the dude cuffed, no lies there.
That's realistic, actually.
Yeah.
That's pretty realistic, yeah.
that's him. People seem to like him. Yeah, I mean me. I mean, this is weird. My pleasure, sir.
It's basically that actual comic from like one of the first like 12 or 24 issues of Spider-Man where Flash Thompson runs around as
There's
Spider-Man.
a gang that was beating that dude up. Oh, that was hilarious.
Real Spider-Man.
Because you're about to be dead, man.
So hypothetically, if you failed that quick time event, would that dude just get riddled full of
Oh
bullets?
yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I got this. Go.
Shit, I just wanted to do it.
Spider-Man's like, let me kill these guys. You get out of here.
Yeah, let me kill them and kick them out of car windows. You know, if you're not
I've suspended them in gravity. It's all good.
No, I just was trying to fight him.
he's actually trying to fight them.
He's like, I'm not leaving here without killing one
He
of them.
can't jump though, so
He also just fell over. I think,
you should have let the fake die.
I think so,
Yeah.
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 I mean, who knows what he's going to be doing with your good name, dude.
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't know how good that name is again, but yeah.
Do you think there are, like, ever, like... do low-level criminals ever dress up as superheroes in order to rob banks?
On occasion, like that,
There's been a lot of that, I feel like.
there are fake Spider-Man storylines like this, and
But
like
just a
they
lot
sit
of
in the
superheroes in
comics.
general, right? Like, a lot of them are like, oh, the double of them is committing crimes, so everyone loses faith in them temporarily until they obviously prove themselves to be the real one.
That's good advice. That's
Give
good
them live
advice.
sued for copyright infringement, ruin them in a different way.
It's but in order to sue them
hilarious.
for copyright infringement, wouldn't they have to know that he's Peter Parker or whatever?
That's true. Peter Parker
That's
would
a
have
good
to
point.
own
We're
a
not
copyright
Tony-
patent
we're not
on
Tony Stark.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So you'd have to give up your identity for
But
it.
it might be
Yeah.
worth it.
But season 3 of Daredevil is all about that.
Yeah, dude, Bullseye is like going around in the Daredevil costume, fucking murdering people. So
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it's them because I was curious, but I've now outgrown them. And Spider-Man does a fatality. Shao Kahn reveals it was him the whole time.
But seriously, though, wouldn't you think...
Spider-Man Mortal Kombat.
That sounds like a
there's
better
a
Mortal
rumor that
Kombat
the-
movie than the first one.
Well, you know that there's a rumor that the developers of Mortal Kombat and Injustice actually might be working on a Marvel fighting game.
Oh, cool.
So, I mean, obviously you wouldn't have the...
Hey, it's T-Bone.
Hey, T-Bone made
T-Bone.
it. How you doing,
Also,
T-Bone?
previous comment was,
Oh, and this one. S.H.I.E.L.D. can sue on... Oh, maybe could S.H.I.E.L.D. sue on behalf of Spider-Man?
I think that would work.
Yeah.
I feel like now we have to, like, stream a little bit longer because T-Bone just got here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like, I just want this dude just, like...
Oh, and there's Alex.
Oh,
This
shit.
is would you mind?
Get the door.
Yeah, just let him in.
Making those old man noises
Oh, there you
again.
go. What's up, dude?
Hey.
See if we can squeeze in and get
Let's
Alex
see.
on camera here.
That's the first time that we're all in one.
This is the first time all four of us have been
Is that
together.
a while,
Yeah,
dude?
kind of crazy.
Yeah.
What's up, dude?
Shut up, Siri.
Crowded in here.
I know this is the most people that have ever. Well, actually, I guess when Tyler was here,
Yeah, we had
that was 4. But let's see, these guys have RPGs in the middle of New York. I thought they were trying to be low profile.
Well, RPGs are the people's weapon, you know?
RPGs are the people's weapon.
Yeah.
Is that really how that works?
Yeah,
It is, man.
At least in Iraq.
Yeah.
We considered renaming the podcast at one
They
point.
look more similar every day.
Yeah.
That's true. Progressively, it's getting close.
At one point, Ulysses' head was at neck level, so he looked like a decapitated head sitting there.
He did look like
and
a
then we all did
disembodied
it,
head.
and we thought about calling the stream or whatever, bobbing heads.
We were doing like this.
Yeah.
You gotta go a bit lower than that.
The camera also.
Yeah, like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so you just look like a head.
Yeah. I still say we get like a bunch of like fake wires, just like tape them to the
I know,
Yeah.
right? T-Bone Full House, seriously.
weird shit in here.
So we're gonna call it either 3 bobbing heads, not all bobbing for some dick.
You bob for dick?
I mean, maybe you're bobbing for no dick. I don't know.
Is that how
Yeah.
you do? Is that how you do your Halloween?
My other
like a
idea.
popcorn bucket with a hole in it. You
Yeah.
stick your dick in the tub and just like, yo, everybody, we're bobbing for apple.
Yeah, it's combining apple bobbing and glory holes, man.
Oh man,
So true
It's like
science.
chocolate.
that's innovative, man.
It's like the next great combination after chocolate and peanut butter.
Dicks and apple.
My other idea for a
Well, yeah, it's like getting an apple with a worm in it, you know?
another streaming gimmick idea I had would be take 2 of Sage's cats and
Bobbing for no dick is intense.
So,
and we'd tape like 2 of Sage's cats and film the back of their head so it looks like they're doing the
Yeah, he
Twitch
wants
stream.
to take the
and,
cats
then
down to
we'll
a
talk
spot.
at
Just cat go.
oh, you know they wouldn't shut up.
Yeah, they would whine the entire time.
Yeah, Sage's cats would be pretty bad with it.
I don't think you could.
But I thought that would be a lot of people would like the idea of just cats doing Twitch.
Oh, yeah, I do think. Alex, have I told you about the new gnome-like creature I learned about?
Oh,
there we go.
new
Gnome
creature?
It's finally
New
an
gnomes?
opportunity to
No
talk
one's
about.
like a creature, you said.
Yeah, it's not. They're not gnomes. Yeah, but they're not quite gnomes, but they are something.
I'm skeptical. You know?
Nothing beats classic gnome.
Life, would that be okay?
I don't know. It depends on how many traits of a gnome.
He's pretty
they have.
judgmental towards gnomes,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
I feel like
I mean, I don't know.
Are there,
I'm willing to consider an edge case.
are there
you know?
specific gnome traits that would be acceptable on non-gnome creatures?
What?
Do you even like non-gnome creatures?
Are there certain
do you
gnome
like
traits?
anything that's not a gnome even?
I like most things that I know.
But do you fuck anything that's not a gnome?
I fuck pretty much exclusively non-gnomes.
Exclusively gnomes, you say?
Exclusively non-gnomes.
You're exclusively on gnomes.
Oh,
Oh, okay. That's what I said.
I swear I read that at Starbucks in the subtitle
The
donut.
Spider-Man went, oh no, stockbrokers. Lisa Topte are the soul of the first farmer who farmed your land. If you are good to the farm, they help you with chores. If you're bad to it,
This
they
is
kill
the
your
type of
livestock
gnome
or even
creature?
your family.
That doesn't sound like a gnome.
That doesn't sound like a
I mean, do they
gnome.
look like gnomes?
They do look. So No Name told me about this already, and they do kind of look like gnomes.
Okay.
They're these little- yeah, they look a little
So
bit
Alex,
like
when
gnomes.
you're like surfing for gnome dick, right? Just like
just cruising for it.
Perfect for gnome.
Just out there cruising for gnome
you
dick.
ever
Where do you cruise for gnomes?
I don't know, mushroom gardens.
Just down lawns, just like, hey baby, like, what are you up to later?
Gnomes, the hats and beards, the rough strong hands.
It's a bit of all.
That's true. They've got miner's hands.
Well, he likes the little, they've got the little dicks under the hats.
Dwarves are hardy creatures, man.
Oh yeah, gnomes don't
have
mind.
the strong hands, but they have a bit more of the tender touch that you like.
They're jacking off all the time, so they're calloused hands because of that. You know?
From what? From their knobby fucked up dicks? Like,
I mean, we just
They're like
like
barber
dicks,
penises.
dude. Those were actually,
well, I'm just saying, like, I mean, like,
experience.
why would jerking people off get you such rough hands?
They probably have like barbed dicks or something.
They got
like that.
buttered
like
dick?
gnome
Barbed.
skin is like-
Oh, okay. Like a cat?
No.
You said buttered
Well,
dick.
that's when you're bobbing for dick. Then you want to butter the
You
dick.
butter it like corn. It's
Yeah,
like
like
someone on
corn.
the cob would just roll it on the stick of butter.
Hold on,
You gotta
are
lick
there,
off
are
every little bit of butter. Yeah.
Are their hands the texture of sandpaper, or are their dicks the texture of sandpaper?
Or both.
I feel, well, I mean, you know, if your dick was the texture of sandpaper,
Yeah.
eventually your hands would start to feel like
That's fair, but which one comes first?
Oh, God. Oh, man.
He's trying to eggplant emojis into toadstool emojis.
Oh, that's sad.
Oh, this is good. With the four of us here, it finally makes sense. We're like the four Ninja
We can finally unleash this
Twitch
chaos on the
streamers.
world.
Yeah, that's true, man. That's true. I just, it's like there's no story content left.
I'm
We
just a
just,
big ball sack full of dudes.
They're each of a sperm cell.
Yeah.
oh, that's how that works, is it? Yeah, we were gonna end the stream, but
Jones never went down to the ball sack.
That's true. Like, when did the movie...
Isn't every ball sack full of dudes? That's kind of true.
Potential dude.
Potential
There could
dudes.
be potential dudettes.
Yeah,
A ball
exactly.
sack full of potential dudes is my new album dropping next Tuesday. If everybody would go and donate.
Dude, Osmosis
from your
Jones...
band, what was it?
Nisei in the Discord.
Unnecessary, drastic ass surgery.
Drastic ass surgery is the band. Yeah.
The second movie should be called Osmosis Jones 2, like, I'm coming back at you or something like that, you know?
coming back at you.
It's like all about exploring the testes or whatever, you know?
What?
Well, Alex was talking about Osmosis 2, so it was like, he never did visit the, you know,
They
the
never
crotchal
visited Bill
region.
Murray's balls.
Well, I don't know. I don't. Yeah, I
ripe
don't.
old age. Bill Murray's
basically
due for
no.
that.
I don't like these no name. I'm not a fan of these things.
I'm not clear on what the difference is between
Yeah,
this
I'm
and a
not sure
gnome,
what
actually.
makes this not a gnome.
Yeah.
It's that they might kill your family, I guess.
Well, gnomes might kill you.
That's
Yeah,
true. They
I've
can fuck
always-
them to death.
Gnomes are bad people.
Yeah, they're the worst.
You can't trust a gnome.
Yeah.
You did say they're people, though.
Would
Alex,
would you let a gnome hold your wallet? Would you really? Like,
Well, Alex has a bad boy thing, but for bad gnomes.
Yeah.
for bad gnomes?
Yeah, he likes the gnome that rides in on a motorcycle.
An abusive relationship with a gnome.
Yeah, that's exactly what
He's
you like.
always shoving his hat up your
You
ass.
think you can change them, but, you know.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Into not gnomes. Have you ever tried just not being a gnome?
Not being a gnome.
No, he doesn't want to stop being a gnome. He just wants to,
Yeah,
like,
he
you know,
wouldn't fuck them anymore if they weren't a gnome.
He just wants them to fuck him a little more gently.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not with their sandpaper dicks.
Yeah. They're barbed sandpaper dicks.
Oh, they got like cat penises?
That's what
Yeah,
Michael
yeah,
was
yeah.
saying.
They
Oh
have
shit, I
barbed
missed
penises.
that. Sorry.
Yeah, they do. They
Yeah,
do.
they got like barbed cat penises.
I mean, that's down in the crotchal region, but
Right.
like up top, they have like I think
Well,
their main
okay.
dick is
Do
on
they
their
have,
head.
do
under
they
their
have a
hat.
dick down here?
Yeah, they do.
They have
That's where their barbed
they have
cat
an
dick
Okay,
is.
they have a barbed
ancillary
cat dick down
They
here.
have an ancillary dick?
Yeah, they have
They have an
an
ancillary dick.
You know, that's if they want to change things up. But
Yeah,
otherwise, they do have a
under
dick
the hat,
under
they've
their
got their
head.
other
Yeah.
penis that
That's
just
where
holds
their
the whole
big,
thing hat up.
girthy penis
They've
is
got the
under
barbed
that.
penis down here.
Yeah.
If you part the beard, there's a little vagina on the chin.
I don't like any of that.
that was the creation
Well, why
myth
do you
we
keep
created
talking about
for
I don't. I didn't know any of this. You guys are the ones that know.
Oh, so if you'd known about this, you wouldn't have
Right.
fucked the gnomes to begin with?
I'm gonna go back and listen to this tomorrow.
I don't know about this. You guys got me a suspect on these gnomes.
And you say, those are the new gnomes that Alex has got. He's got like a whole new gnome like subspecies
He's
to
got,
fuck.
he's got something to search for tonight.
Are the Nisei DTF
The
in
gnomes
every
that Alex
unknown
has
space in his
every-
home? Yeah, I mean,
Well,
He is getting a lot of gnomes.
I do
I have
have
gotten you a lot of-
unfortunately a lot of gnomes, but they're in a box in the closet.
He says, oh, they're in their closet.
Alex,
are.
are they in the
No.
closet or are
No.
you in the closet? Okay, I see why you guys have been separated. I'm glad before
Yeah.
you left, Michael, we
Yeah,
were able to get
yeah,
all four of
yeah,
us
yeah,
out
yeah.
just once.
I just can only imagine the peak insanity we could talk about with the four of us on a regular basis.
Oh yeah, if we were just doing this all four all the time.
Cool, too.
That's
Well, Michael
True.
didn't go to the school
Yeah,
that
he
the
didn't.
rest of
I
us
was
went to. If
separated
we
by
had, we'd probably have
state or
burned it
whatever.
down.
man.
But
Yeah, I mean, you should just do a rundown for everyone who's new in the chat with all the wonderful gnome possessions you have.
I thought you said the wonderful gnome positions that you
Is he in the Kama Sutra of gnomes?
The Nova Sutra, dude.
you just start writing that
Alex,
book.
oh, Alex
God,
has
dude,
got
that better not be the next Romeo and Juliet.
It's probably got your face on it.
That's your
Yeah, dude.
Christmas present.
The Nova Sutra.
Oh my God.
We're
There have been
definitely
two
gonna
Nova
make
I'm,
a Nova Sutra.
I'm terrified that some freak on Etsy has actually made
I
that.
bet you
Like,
that
that
I'm I'm gonna look for, buy one, and
You're gonna be.
Oh, no.
It's gonna have 4 Alex on the inside cover.
It's gonna be me and a bunch of like really awkward middle-aged women.
So it's called Nomeo. So it's called Nomeo and Juliet 3, the Noma Sutra, or is that?
Sherlock Gnomes and the missing case of the Noma Sutra.
How many of those fucking movies are they gonna make?
I'm thinking Gnomes in the Holidays is gonna be the next one.
Have there not been other gnome movies? There's been Inspector Sherlock Gnome,
Sherlock Gnomes, Nomeo and Juliet,
and there was a second Nomeo and
Well,
Juliet.
Sherlock Gnomes was the sequel to Nomeo and Juliet. For
I
some
thought that was
reason.
just its own spin-off franchise.
No, they're all movies based on gnome puns. That's all you need is make a gnome pun, and that's
I can see why you wouldn't like
plot of a
those.
movie. Yeah.
Well, that's Michael. You should hate those movies as much as Alex, because they're not only are they gnomes, but they're also movies entirely revolving around the pun.
Oh yeah, I don't like the pun half of.
Like,
But you like that Alex hates
Like
those.
they won't consider a book to adapt into gnome format if you can't get a gnome pun in the title. Like, that's the whole inspiration for those movies.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
how many gnome books have you tried to publish?
Yeah, you made like these raunchy fucking like gnome like porn books.
Oh my god, dude.
Just like a 50 Shades of Gnome.
50 Shades of Gnome.
Oh my god.
50 Gnomes of Alex. And 50 Gnomes in Alex.
Just your ass.
Yeah, sure.
But at least out now, it's a lot of great gnome gifts.
I got him a 3-foot tall gnome that whistles at him.
Yeah, the gnome cat calls him.
I hate
The cat calls him in his own house.
there's no batteries in it.
How often?
Wear out.
No.
Well, somebody's worn out.
I was gonna say, how often do you sit on that gnome, that 3-foot tall?
Spider-Man gnome way home.
Oh, my
Oh,
god.
Gnome Way Home. That would have been a great version of Spider-Man.
Oh god.
It's too bad there wasn't like a variant of Spider-Man that was a Spider-Man gnome.
A spider gnome, yeah.
Spider gnome, yeah, that'd be great.
Probably in the Spider-Verse, yeah.
I'm sure that exists somewhere out there.
You're beating that guy against the pavement so fucking hard. That guy is definitely dead.
That guy's neck is
You've
broken.
Yeah.
populated this entire city by now.
Oh, dude, the store's closing. What's for sale? 75% off what?
That's true. Yeah, what is
What's on
that?
sale?
Oh shit, there's a discount.
Can we pick
Oh,
something
man.
up?
Is there a rebate required?
Or something?
Yeah, can we...
Well, I mean, considering there's an endless supply of them,
Listen,
probably.
there's some great deals on corpses.
Oh yeah, dude, you can
True,
get
yeah.
a bunch of iced tea.
Oh shit, yeah. It's gonna have me like a 3-course meal right here.
Oh, yeah.
Michael, when you do get back,
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe we can turn the 3 of us stream into the 4 of us stream at some point.
Yeah, of course. That'd be awesome, yeah.
Sure.
Not even add an extra stream, just make it the 4
yeah.
of us on a
Yeah,
regular
just ensure that
basis.
we can inflict this on the internet as much as possible.
Inflict.
The poor internet, man.
Oh, I mean, the
The internet's been deserved it for a long
That's
time.
true.
That's
That's true.
so much worse than I could even provide.
You know, like when
That's
Billie
true.
Eilish talked about her brain being destroyed by porn, that was the internet a long time ago. Had
Billie
it
That's true.
Eilish said that.
Yeah, I don't know. I hear on some.
I heard Terry Crews say that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terry Crews is a porn addict? Is that what I'm
Well, he
you
was.
never watched
He
it? Yeah,
was,
was talking
yeah.
about how like porn destroyed his life.
Yeah, and then that one lady like.
His
fucking-
porn is my gnomes, dude. Like,
His porn.
Gnomes destroyed your life?
Oh.
You- so wait, you got your...
No, just gnomes.
You're just jerking off to these gnomes so much that you
I thought you were gonna say his porn is of your nose.
See, we almost got away from the gnomes for a moment there, but you walked
You
right
brought it
back into it.
back, man.
Alright, well, what's on sale?
You're like tugging that over here,
Oh, man. Well, at this point, I'm just going and doing combat challenges because...
All right.
But granted, if there was story, I don't think you'd be able to hear any of it over the 4 of us anyway.
Fuck that story.
Yeah, what are you gonna learn about Spider-Man? He
Yeah.
got bit by a radioactive spider, and
Just like you got bit by a radioactive gnome.
Nah,
And I
you're
can't stop
radioactive
talking.
fucked by a radioactive.
God.
Well, there's not really much more in the way of actual game here. So should we end the stream for today? I feel like it might be a time.
Yeah, I'm sure the viewers have gotten enough of whatever the hell this is.
I don't know how it was before I got here, but it really felt
pretty weird.
It really fell apart.
It's been amping up.
It crescendoed when you walked in.
That's exactly what I was doing.
Yeah, it crescendoed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think on that note, we're gonna find somebody to raid here. Here, somebody want to swing around and keep the visual going while I find
swing
the
off
raid?
those trees like you swing off his nose.
God, dude.
Is this the first time you played Spurville?
Yeah.
So he has no idea what's happening.
You're doing it wrong, Alex.
I'm sure I am.
Doing it fucking wrong.
Who gives a shit?
I just kind of briskly jog everywhere. That's how I do.
You got the fart power going.
Oh shit, he does fart good.
Thank you for the love, everyone.
Yeah, seriously, we have a lot of people here today.
Spider-Man swings Alex. Just like Alex swings with his gnome partners.
Well, Alex, do you ever do like a gnome swingers thing where you like trade gnomes with like another gnome husband?
I don't think gnomes have car keys, so logistically I don't think that works.
So you're always the designated driver.
They hide them in the butt flap behind their asshole.
They got keys in their butt flap?
Yeah. They all wear overalls, so they must have butt flaps, right?
Do they?
Yeah, don't allow them to have they all wear long underwear at least, so they all have butt flaps.
I'm thinking about no mask a lot, dude.
Gnomes have tiny acorns with squirrels they ride home.
Well, I think those acorns are really just Alex's balls.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Alex is the squirrel they ride home.
Fuck up.
All right. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks for having me.
See ya.
Oh, that was a good one. And Michael, in like 5 or so months, we'll see you on here
Half a
again.
year.
Yeah, if you're still alive.
Yeah. So,
Oh, man.
Tell me if you see all those old ET games in the desert.
I think I
Bring
can
one
find
back
a
for us.
one or two.
Yeah, bring one back. Then we can play
Enjoy
that.
Arizona.
We can play that on.
No, thank you. Yeah.
We can play that on stream.
That'd be fun.
Oh,
Yeah,
that'd be
can we? Can
Yeah,
we
yeah, with a
stream
capture
the
card.
ET,
like that.
the ET Atari game? We watched you try to get out of a hole for 3 hours.
You have to do one of those we all get drunk into. That'd be awesome.
Have a good one, T-Bone.
All right, bye everybody.
You'd have to be one of the only people who'd stream ET though. That'd be